Hello everybody, welcome back to the show. This is Speak of the Joker, and today we are continuing our playthrough of Citizen Sleeper 2, the sequel to, get this, Citizen Sleeper, a game we played on stream. How's the volume? I can hear it, but it is quite low. Let's just hit continue. We are a machinist, and apparently we're on cycle 16. I have no idea how many cycles there are, how that's going to work. I believe we're roughly a third through the game. We have just gotten through all of the dialogue, of which there was a lot. This game has a lot of dialogue. We struggle to read, it's okay. And we are on a new space station now. So here's that space station. These are the events for those of you who don't kind of know how the game works. Maybe this is your first time. Essentially you go, oh, I would like to do this. Oh, I have a 20% positive, 80% negative, so probably not that. Probably do something else. And then we'll go here. These are glitch dice. The game explained glitch dice to me as I was, like, logging off. So I'm, like, a little sort of unsure. We have two glitch dice, which I don't... Here, let me test something. So that's 80-20. What does a 2 do? A 2 is 50% neutral. So, yeah, it seems like glitch dice are not something I want to be doing something risky on. So I have two glitch dice. I don't know how we get them. I don't know how we get rid of them. And then we have 3 normal dice. So they are the value that they say, but we have 2 1s and a 2. So this essentially represents close to as bad as a roll than you could get. This is pretty close. We're good on supplies. We ended last time with a lot of supplies, so that's good. Let's see. We have 4 points available now. We saved our points from not doing this. I might come back and do the push. The push only affects things while you're on a mission. And these affect kind of every roll, so I haven't quite decided how I'm going to use my 4 points. I can do 1 point in any of these, or I could make my push quite a bit better, which would be like +3 to my lowest die, which would be really good. And then you get minus the stress. I don't know. I do this every game I play where I just build up my experience points and then I suffer for it. So the things marked yellow are like important things we need to recognize. So the rig is mostly patched up, but Bliss wants to find it, wants a few more cycles to run final tweaks and diagnostics. So what this says is our ship won't be ready for 4 cycles. So, while we're here are the missions. We can explore. This is a minor quest. Spindle is one of the busiest stations of Starward Belt, and it's an important way station. So explore each section. So essentially, like, do probably 1 quest in each section, I'm guessing. I don't know. And then find potential crew. Freelancers tend to gather in bars and cantinas on unofficial business. So because we rolled so bad, I actually think I'm going to find potential crew, because those tend to be, I could be wrong, we'll see. I've got like 3.5 hours under my belt with this game. But those tend to be a little bit more dialogue heavy, which sort of means I can probably get away with not having these great rolls. I don't know. That being said, here are my 2 options. This one's risky, this one's dangerous. If you fail dangerous, you typically have bigger consequences for that failure, but you get bigger rewards for succeeding. This is not a skill we have, this is a skill we have. So let's see what this dice does. Again, 20, 80. I'm not comfortable using these dice for anything important if I have a 20% chance of failure. And then 20, 80. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what we do with these glitch dice. Honestly, I'm really kind of upset. This is essentially like we rolled zeros. Like, this is the worst roll we've had this whole time. I want to see what glitch is, because I actually do want to know what it was. Here we go. Your current level of glitch is represented by the glitch clock on the right of your dice. So I did see that. You have a maximum of 6. We have 1 glitch penalty right now. Glitch is a penalty you gain from repairing dice and from Lane's attempt to hack your system. So we did not repair dice, but Lane, this is part of the storyline, he did hack our system. Each level of glitch you gain will increase your chance of rolling a glitch die. Each time you roll a glitch die, you will clear 1 level of glitch. I guess the good news is we happen to roll 2. It's just also, like, this is basically just a bad day for us. A glitch die is an 80% chance. Okay, I'm glad I read this. It's always 80-20. You also may gain a permanent glitch when breaking all your die on a risky difficult. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to do that. The number of permanent glitches is represented by red on the glitch clock. We have none. Permanent glitch is not extended. Now, I will say this. If we ever get very messed up in this game, we can go into the settings and turn it to story mode, and then the dice will not hurt us. We can still fail, but we won't be taking super negative consequences. And I like that because in the first one, you just got game over. In this one, they're like, hey, if you want to continue the story, you know we got game over. I know you got game over, but let's continue the story and finish it out. So this feels like Blades in the Dark Mechanic. Yeah. This is a game inspired by that Blades, that game. So these little red dots indicate how broken they are. Lower is more broken. So we are actually to the point where we will need to be repairing dice soon. Okay. I don't want to do any of these because I just have such a bad. I have bad skills and everything. So is there anything I could do that's something that's like safe? Oftentimes there will be like one safe example that's like work at the cantina for a shift or something. Okay, so we want, this is our ship. Yeah, I can sleep and work off stress, which we don't have any stress. So that doesn't really help us. What do we want? We don't want supplies or fuel. We have all of that. So let's set them to odd jobs. This is our teammates. This is like what they'll potentially can do between things. I'm to the point where I'm looking at, do we just end cycle? And am I maximum hungry right now, or am I maximum full? I think I'm maximum full. Yeah, I'm literally thinking of, for the first time ever, potentially doing no quests. Okay, here we go. This is still 80-20, even though I have high-level engineering. So with my high-level engineering, my 2 becomes a 3. Yikes. Man, I don't know. Like, I don't feel comfortable ending the day doing nothing, you know what I mean? But what choice do I have? I guess this is it. Let's do it. 25% chance of positive. Neutral. Neutral's good. Okay. I'm happy with neutral. Ugh. This might be it. This might be all we do for the day. 50% negative consequences can be really bad, too. Risky is less bad, though. So let's go for it. I'm not happy with this, but let's do it. We're hoping for neutral. 50-50. Neutral. Okay. Great. That's probably the best possible outcome. And then we discovered a new location. Perfect. And now this is good. We could earn a meal. Yeah, this is safe, so negative consequences won't do anything. So I think we do this. Negative outcome. We still got an energy. So essentially we didn't impress them That's funny. We didn't impress them, but we still got a free meal. We are full, so we don't actually need that, but you know what? This is what I'm doing the rest of the dice with. This is a rough day. Negative outcome, again, plus energy. I wish we were actually kind of hungry. This would be a great day to have this happen. Okay, neutral outcome, 2 energy, and we did 1 impress. Great. Okay. We got really lucky that we got 2 here, and that we opened up a new area just to be able to use our dice. All right, that was probably the worst day we've ever had. Like, I could put a skill here, which would give me +2 to dice, but that doesn't help with the glitch. So let's end our day. That's it. We've got no more dice, and it looks like there's no story people to talk to. So we just end cycle. That was the worst day we've had on this game so far. I think we'll have maybe 1 glitch die. Yeah, so this is the glitch right here that the little tooltip was talking about. That's empty now, so we won't have any more glitch cycles. Okay. Now, I mean, terrible rolls again. Honestly, terrible rolls again. So I don't love that. Yeah, let's find a potential crew. So this is intuition, so we'll do this. Wow. Even that still, this is like the equivalent of me doing engineering with the 2 die down there. All right, let's do it, and let's not negative. Come on. Neutral, that's okay. Neutral is fine. Neutral is fine. I don't know. This is our 2nd worst day we've ever had in the game. So just to give you some context, this one's rig, or sorry, this one's red, not rig. The Hexport's demise, that's the first way we're at, has put a barrier between Darkside and Far Spindle. Lane can't follow. So now you are safe. So that doesn't feel right. So this is kind of telling me that in 5 more days, something really bad's going to happen. In 4 days, my ship's going to be repaired. All right, let's go back here and let's do this. This is risky. Neutral, good. We'll do this. Come on, neutral or positive. Man, okay. For how bad our dice have been, we've been fairly lucky. That is another new place we just unlocked. Spindle's Edge. So this is stealing shift. We have no endurance. So, like, the funny thing is, the dice, like, the glitch dice might actually be better because we have a 20% of a positive. Most of our Spindle workers don't like going out to seal up the new units, so they leave. Tiring, exhausting work for outsiders. So we'll probably take some serious damage if we do this. So let's not do that. Okay. Yeah, another bad day. We are down 1 energy, so it kind of works out that we can now do this. Neutral outcome. 2 energy and an impress. Let's get a positive outcome for once. Negative outcome plus 1 energy. So that's fine. That's it. 2 bad days in a row. These are probably our 2 worst days, and we just had them back to back. So no more glitch die. We're out of glitch die, so the dice will be what they will be. Yikes! 22233? This is well below average, as you can imagine. Well, not well below, but it's below. Now we get a little story, and we might need some good dice for the story here. You wake with the sound of blaring proximity alarms. You quickly unstrap from your bunk, a dizzying glance around, and dizzily glance around. We got this. We can read. Lane, bounty hunters. You kick off and glide to the door. As you do, Bliss pops their head around the corner. Sorry. They look at you a little sheepish. In all honesty, it's not my fault. Your wiring's all backwards. We did do it in a rush. It takes you a moment to understand what's happening. You steady yourself against the doorframe. Sorry, I'm just a little jumpy. I get it. Bliss looks down. Didn't mean to wake you. It takes you a while to get ready and drift down to the mess to see what's happening. But by then, Bliss has turned off the alarms. You find them unspooling wires from the hatch you never previously noticed in the mess of ceiling. Sorry again, Sleeper. Their voice comes through the ceiling panels, muffled and dull. You settle at a stool, neatly tucking your legs behind the crossbar. Let's say, how are you doing? Me? Bliss Muffle's voice echoes through the room. I'm working. A pause. Helps keep my mind off things. I feel like that's a deflection, and when I deflect people, I wish they would respect that more. So I'm going to say, how's the ship? Bliss spins deftly, hooking their legs into the open ceiling. It's all 0G, that's why it's like, hooking their legs. What are you doing? From your perspective, they're hanging upside down. Almost done, if you could believe it. Their messy hair floats around their head. A couple of cycles worth of diagnostics, and I'll be happy to release her back to you. A yawning Seraphim drifts in. He looks between the two of you, amused. What are you both doing up so early? You and Bliss exchange an amused look. What? You didn't hear the alarm? He shrugs. Heavy sleeper. He drifts over the messes covered for a hunt for some breakfast. You turn black to bit. Wow, we're struggling to read today. That's okay. It's okay. The words are there if you want to mute me and just read it yourself. But I'm going to try. We're going to sound it out. You turn back to Bliss, but they have disappeared back into the ceiling panels. Before long, the mess is filled with the shrill screech of a power tool. Stefan looks totally unaffected and hooks himself onto a stool, lazily sucking at a random pouch while he taps away at his slate. The screech finally stops. After a while, you kick off from your stool. Time to head out. Bliss rushes after you, stopping you in the passageway before you can leave. I have something I want to show you. Ooh, we might need some dice. Bliss leads you off to the main corridor of the corner of the ship, and you don't remember visiting before. You come into a room with a low, sloped ceiling. The ship is not that big. How have you not explored the whole ship? A single round window illuminating some neat tool storage at a workbench set on the wall. Look, I'm no specialist, but I'm a quick learner and good at repairs. You smile. And I think you have need of me. They glance at a tear of thick vinyl on your skin arm. Can I take a look? Yeah, sure. I guess we went over to, like, I'm an android or robot, or I don't know what I'm classified as. They just call me Sleeper. You're called a Sleeper because the mind that is in your robot body is somebody who is sleeping, and you are working off their debt. I have escaped, so I'm theoretically not working off their debt. They will probably make another one. You're born into debt in this futuristic society. Oh, so futuristic and unrealistic. You're born into debt, and you have to work for hundreds of years to then be able to live a life. Oh. They smile and lead you towards the workbench. So unrealistic. They turn your arm, looking at the tear from all angles. I'm happy to have somebody look at my arm. We trust Bliss. We like Bliss. They reach over to the workbench and take a small sealant gun from the rack. You look at the setup. It's basic, but looks clean and well organized. They gently close the tear and tear, same word, with sealant, pressing the edges together so it closes up neatly. After they're done, you release your arm and you can barely see the scars. This is how I got rid of my glitched eyes. See? They smile. I know it's more serious than a tear, but I can handle it. Oh, okay. They turn and search through a set of metal drawers. For a moment here, they produce a couple of carefully machined, pristine components. Was saving these for an important job. I guess I just found it. Bliss pushes the components into your hands. Take them. When you're ready, come up here and I'll fix you up. I'm ready right now. These are a rare find, though. In the future, we might have to make do with something. Lower quality, they went. You can find scrap components at most scrapper ships. Okay, so scrapper ships, those are like the odd jobs that we're going to do. You'll see those today. We'll probably do a couple. So that reminds me, I need to get components for her to help with whatever she's repairing. Maybe it's repairing my dice, maybe it's something like that. I don't know. The better components, the easier it'll be to integrate to your system. Bliss leans on the workbench. I'll do my best to keep you running. Why help me? You're a guest in my bay, and I can't have my guest bodies clapping now, can I? Plus, I think it benefits me if you think of me as indispensable. I should get back to fixing the ship and leaving the workshop among the simple tools, considering the particular qualities of your new friend. Great. So what does this do? Oh, the game talked about repairing dice, but I never saw a way to do it, but then again, I hadn't broken a dice, so this makes sense. You can repair your dice at the rig workshop. You can only repair dice which are fully broken. None of mine have been broken. Repairs require either scrap components or rare components. The better the components you use, the less glitches you will suffer. You cannot repair dice during a contract. A contract's a scrapper mission. That you will see. Dice repair is now available. Great. Okay. So I have 2 rare components and 2 raw scrap. So it's a 1-to-2 ratio, but it sounds like improved dice repair is better. I wouldn't actually. Maybe I don't have that at all. I have this. I have rare components, and oh, I don't think I have the thing I need for this. Okay. They're not broken yet, so it's fine. But yeah, I'm really starting to not enjoy how bad I'm rolling dice. It sort of makes this game really difficult. So I have a 3. I think I have to risk this because I have to get the core at some point. Let's risk it. Positive outcome, +2 and new location discovered. That's great. Okay, this is where we will, now we can buy food. The freelance for our Spindle seem cagey, but spend enough time at the local bar and the war view. Okay. So we probably want to do... It's a seaweed-based liqueur, a powerful saltine taste. Okay, so let's make a purchase. Getting wrecked, that's funny. So we're doing that just to like... boy, I'm wondering if we just like... Find a Spindle bar, spend time. Yeah, this is part of that quest. We don't... Okay, I'm gonna wait because we're not down energy, so... We might do something down here that actually costs us energy, so let's not. I could spend... Alright, let's get lucky. Come on. Neutral. I will say, for how bad we've been rolling for 3 days in a row now, we've been very lucky with the outcome of dice. So, a little bit of a trade-off there. We need one more to whatever is going to happen. Okay. Negative outcome, we lost in energy, but we still got a +1. That's why I was saying let's not buy food, because we're going to probably lose energy. So we actually did that. So now we click out. And now we have... Yeah, and now we have something else we can do. Okay. Scrap shift. The scrappers know their business. Okay, so now... So this is part of exploring. Explore each section. So we can buy scrap components. We can process raw scrap. Pay us for that. And then we can do a shift here. This one's dangerous. Let's go ahead and do it, and let's hope to get very lucky. Neutral outcome. So, okay, I just wanted to see what happened. We just got money. But we did, we got money, and we lost energy. Now we're going to spend this dice here. Hope for a neutral, I guess. Great. Negative outcome plus energy. So we're trying to impress Neva. Yeah, very weird. Okay, now we come back up here. And we buy... I think we buy our way to the next part of this story. There we go. We got a good amount of money in our first mission because we were actually going to buy the component we need, and we ended up stealing it. The far Spindle is an exhausting place to find freelancers. There's no shortage of spacers here. The corridors and bays throng with the crew inbound and outbound, on or between contracts, trading stories, contracts, and materials. But whatever language, appearance, or code identifies someone as worth signing on with, you don't seem to have it. Perhaps it's because you're a new face, or you're noticeably unsure, or perhaps it's because you're a sleeper. People do discriminate against sleepers. Oh, sorry, Uncle John. I was not reading this. You got your meter working again. You can turn the game volume up. Mic volume spot on though. Yeah, I can turn the game volume up though. It's a quiet game. All right, we'll turn the volume up. So it's a little canteen noise here. I had such trouble working when the pandemic happened, and they sent everybody to work from home, that I used to play like coffee shop noise. I was just so used to working in a kind of a noisy environment. It was really quite unnerving. So basically sounded like this. There's like coffee shop playlists. You push through the back of your mind and instead focus on what's in front of you, the vast cylindrical tank at the center of the bar. The first time you entered the bar, you floated open-mouthed. Much like all the new arrivals do, at the side of the huge kelp stack, the biggest you've ever seen. Even now, your eyes fix on the fronds of seaweed that wave in the circulating water. Beyond the curve of the dirty glass, you find it impressive. You take a sip of the harsh, salt, saline-scented, there we go, rack from its magnetic vessel. We're having trouble with words today. It's fine. Secured to the bar. As you suck on the straw, your eyes following the shifting fronds, you hear someone clearing their throat beside you at the bar. Hypnotic, isn't it? The voice is low and rumbling. I hope you have skills I don't have. I need people with skills that I don't have. Okay, I need you to have endurance. That'd be great. I have 0 endurance. Okay, the fluorescent lights behind the bar glint on his eyes, shining up to his wide, rough face. I've heard talk you're hiring. The figure turns to face you. You don't recognize him, but the shifting light of the bar isn't surprising. That's right. He smiles. Today's your lucky day then, my friend. He clicks his drink to the magnetic bar with a swift clink. Eugene, currently freelance. He turns on a stool and leans back a little. The effect is clearly meant to impress you of his size, and you have to admit it works. Served on a whole slate of crews out of the Spindle. Cutters, mercs, extractors. He smiles and places his broad hand on his chest. Broad skill set, good work ethic, sense of humor. I'm the full package. I'm going to say humble, too. He's got a sense of humor. You should enjoy that. He clicks his tongue with a smile. I like you already. We're going to get along. I'll run anything out of far Spindle. I'm tough and quiet, and you won't need to worry about me. He folds his arm across the chest. What kind of work are we talking? Before you can answer, a voice echoes from behind you. Eugene! You look over your shoulder. Is he? It's the source of the shout. Busy as ever, I see. Ooh, hand on your gun. I don't know how I feel about that. Cold and hardened captain. A group of 3 spacers drift up behind you. We have no dice, and so I don't know if we're going to need dice for this again, or usually not. There are skill checks, though, in conversations sometimes, so I'm just glad even with 3 days of terrible dice, we were able to, like, make some progress. We got fairly lucky. She's fitted with matte metal optical implants, and you cannot see her eyes. The caustic light from the tank plays across her face. Too busy to keep in touch, she sighs. I really don't like it when I have to come find you. Vesna! Jin nods politely at her, not betraying any strong reaction. Do I look like I'm socializing? He shakes his head. This is a meeting. Oh, a meeting. Vesna squeezes your shoulder. Who is this? Yes, Vesna, we're talking about your delivery, in fact. Uh-oh. And we just hired a troublemaker last time. Now we're going to hire another troublemaker? I think that's the game. Imagine that. A universe where people have messy lives. Who could have predicted? My friend here is being very helpful. He shoots you a glance. I'm going to give him a little bit of hard time. I'm going to stay silent. Shoots you another glance to try to cue you in, but you ignore him. Vesna looks irritated. You know, Eugene, I'm pretty tired of this whole act. She gestures dismissively at him, but in the end, it doesn't matter. She drops her hand forward on your shoulder to her belt. Her eyes follow you down, and you see a dark, boxy shape there. A weapon? Yeah, pretty clearly a weapon. You either deliver by the deadline, or you don't. And when you don't, she smiles, I'll be happy to take you through the consequences. Until then, she shoots you a glance. Chat to whoever the hell you want. See, we're not supporting him, but we're also not supporting him, if that makes sense. That's why I stayed silent. Because now she's threatening him. Messy lives, nothing a large, oversized rug can't resolve. Is that a Big Lebowski reference? What is that? Vesna and the two spacers flanking her glide out the bar. And Eugen watches them go. The rug tied the whole room together, man. So, Eugen smiles in return. You were about to hire me? What was that? I think we're doing a delivery, and I think he better give us his share. Oh. Just sweep the problems under the rug? That's not a bad idea. The other day, I took out the trash, and I was wearing... I have one of those comfy hoodies that go down to my knees. I'm 6'1", and this hoodie goes down to my knees. And I was wearing sort of shorter shorts that I just wear in the house. And then I have compression socks, and these ones go up to my knees. And I was wearing slides. So I'm wearing kind of short shorts, knee-high socks, slides, and a hoodie that goes to my knee. And I went to take out the trash. And there was two people drove by. I live on a very quiet street. The neighbor was out messing with their stock car, and was like, and I was like, I look crazy right now. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna embody the dude. I'm just gonna. And I thought of the Big Lebowski, and how he would respond, and it calmed me down. All right. She's just trying to push me, that's all. I won't be working with her again, he pauses, choosing his words carefully. Of course, I can't talk to you about particulars, you understand. She just wants to scare you off. She likes to cause me trouble. Eugen looks away at the door of the bar. Let's not let her. I mean, I thought he was going to ask us to do whatever job she wants him to do for him. He pauses in silence for a moment, still looking away. Or maybe if I had said that dialogue, then that's how we would be doing that job. So I don't know. Maybe I messed it up. Or maybe it's a better thing that I did. You try to get a read on him, but his face is blank. Only his glinting eyes hint at some rapid internal activity. I have that a lot. He turns back to you and meets your eye. A sudden shift towards, in his manner, obvious. Oh, excuse me. If you need crew... You need to work. If you need to work, you need Cairo. Is that right? Doesn't stop your answer. Well, I can offer both hard work and a good contract with good payout. You take me with you on this job of mine, and we split it. There we go. He looks down, thinking, Hell, if you do, I'll consider signing a long term. What's the job? Salvage. Okay, we're interested in salvage. I know of a wreck untouched by local crews, which recently turned up in the wash. It's just a little sunward from here, but its disabled transponder makes it invisible to anyone who doesn't know it's there. I had to squeeze the location out of contract, but I'll share it with you for a straight split. Take me to your crew, we'll claim it all, and it's going to be a big payout. What's the catch? No catch. He leans. There's always a catch. He leans back to look around the bar. Happy to take the offer elsewhere. Just thought like you were the right captain for this one. I'll be ready to go anywhere you like. Eugene pauses. As a show of good faith, I'll also fly out with you on any job from the Spindle, but I'm not leaving the station with you yet. Not until we get my job done first. Okay, so I can take him on another job before I do his job. I like that. After that, we can talk about flying together. No need to rush it. Shakes his hands firmly, palms rough and pitted, and then he turns back to his drink. You slip out the bar, you look to see if Vesna's nearby. You don't spot her among the passing crews, but you can't help but imagine your eyes on the bar. You shake it off. Having become familiar with the feeling of being observed, what matters is you have found yourself a crew member and a contract. Whether either will come good, however, remains to be seen. All right, great. Whoa! Lots of things just popped up. Okay. So I can bring him on... It's funny, this is a minor quest which will get me 2 points to fix a broken dice, but I don't have any broken dice, so that's fine. Yeah. We're gonna keep doing this quest, because this gives us points. So at this point, we have 5 points now. When we're on a mission, the push becomes huge. You gain stress for failing, and stress causes all kinds of problems, but you can get plus numbers to your lowest die, and if you're successful, then you get minus stress. So it's like, it kind of feeds on itself. So, I'm going to spend 2 points. So how does this work? Okay, so it's just 1, 1, 1, and this is +1, +1, +1. Okay. So stress effect on neutral and positive outcome. Push cost glitch, not stress. This is weird. I don't know why the end game is push cost glitch and not stress. I would rather it cause stress, because stress you can get, look, -1 stress on success. So wouldn't I have ways to reduce stress. I don't have ways to get rid of glitch other than rolling bad dice. So we did +1, so now we get +3 to our lowest dice, which means we can turn a 1 to a 4. So I think I'm good on that. I still have 3 points left, which means I can't do anything. So I don't know why I said I still have 3 points left, as if that meant something. Okay, so we need to do a better job here to finish our other quest. Yeah. Okay. Let's end the day. All right, let's get some 5s and 6s, or even some 4s. The best dice we rolled today is 3. There we go. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yahtzee small straight. You jerk suddenly awake. A fragment is lodged in your mind, a shard of sound, a signal, a tone. It resonates like tinnitus. I get that a lot, actually, but lately. Obviously internal, inescapable. You look down to see your hands blurred, your fingers dancing. I hope we don't get more glitch because of this. Settle them. Fingers flap like caught birds. Take control. It takes you all your focus to settle them. You force yourself back into them. A sensation like squeezing in a tight pair of gloves. The game started, those of you who didn't see the first part, the game started with this guy, Yanis, like basically trying to kill us, like rip our whole mind out of our body. And so we've lost all of our memory from before that moment, and little flashes come back, but he's basically like, you betrayed me, so now I'm gonna destroy you. And I think we're still having problems from that because that was like interrupted like mid-process. You flex your hands a little too to feel them, test them. What was that? You take a deep breath to calm yourself, but as you do, you're reminded that you don't need to breathe. It's as a claustrophobic sensation that you can't shake. You get up, push off the wall, pull on your clothes, anything to escape the dreams that hover in the back of your mind. Seraphim drifts in casually, heading to his bunk to grab something. Can't shake the strange sensation that he's just drifted into your mind. He shoots you a glance. I said, "Are you okay?" He glances concerned. "You look terrible." "Not really." Mumble a response. "You need to talk to me, Sleeper." Seraphim gives you a look. I think we were a couple or whatever, but when I lost my memory and I was like, "Hi, I don't even know your name," he's like, I think he's been kind of chill, but I get the sense that we were a couple. But he hasn't brought that up at all. And I think it's because I lost my memory and he doesn't want to be weird. He sighs. "I know something happened back when you were leaving Hexport." "The explosion? What do you mean?" "How about what do you mean?" "I saw it, Sleeper. Saw something change in your eyes." He paused, looking for the right way to explain it. "They were cold, fixed." "I've never seen that look before." "I don't remember." There was a lot of dialogue. There was like 30 minutes of dialogue, so I'm kind of like, I got a little overwhelmed. I'm not sure that I fully know what happened, to be honest. "I've never seen it before." He looks away. "Back when we first met, I knew at once you were human. I knew because of your eyes. I'd never met a sleeper before, but I knew immediately that you were no machine. It was obvious. But then on the rig, I couldn't see that anymore. But I am a machine. You say so, Sleeper. Either way, something changed." "Oh. What did it feel like?" He gives you a curious look. Try to identify it. "Sure, let's get lucky." Hey! -1 stress. We don't have any stress. You only get stress on missions, but you do a lot of things in non-missions that reduce stress, so that's interesting. You close your eyes and recall the moment. You remember Lane's voice. The rig hot and close, the numbness. Oh, that's right. Lane, broadcasted into our head. Okay, now I remember. And then you see it glittering in the non-space of your mind, thin and bright, like spider silk. A thread, a connection between your mind and something else. You open your eyes to Seraphim's expectant face. You try to think of how to describe what you just felt, but the words fail you. Still, you know you felt it, the invisible hand of a signal linked to your mind, and the thought makes you shiver. "We need to get you checked up. We need to know what's happening." Seraphim gives you a stubborn. "This isn't just about you." "But where?" "I've been asking around." Seraphim's face is set, determined now. "There's another station near this one." "Flotsam?" "It's a mess. Accumulation of wreck and dock ships. I could tell by the name. But it also houses some of the best artificers in the wash. We should go there soon as the rig is ready." "Okay, I'll go. Thank you." He pauses. "I don't know what it's like to be a sleeper. I understand there are things you can't tell me, can't show me, but I do know how fear can keep you from doing what you need to do. I'm not going to nag you about it, but it needs to be done." He passes by you as he leaves the bunk, squeezing your shoulder as he does, leaving you with your thoughts. "Yeah, I think we need to be checked up too. I'm in agreement." You finish getting dressed, feeling your body, its strangeness, even though you wish you didn't. At the very least, you think you need to find someone who can stop you falling apart. Maybe Flotsam is not such a bad idea. You push the thought in the back of your mind. There's a cycle ahead, and the rig isn't ready, but then you'll see. Rig's not ready yet. New what? Oh, new quest. Diagnose your frame? Okay. Can't do that yet. Make repairs? Don't need to do that. But I'll get an experience point. Ironically, I sort of want her die to break. That way I could fix the dice slot and then get an experience point. That actually seems pretty good. Okay, so let's focus on this one because this is there we go. This is an actual quest. So if we do this, I think this is the last thing we need to do, and we will complete this quest. So, let's go... What's this here? Ooh, because we have 0 skill in this, we probably don't want to do that. But danger's good because it's probably going to give us like 2. So let's do this. That's actually more risky than I thought it would be. Oh, because we don't get a positive. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. Come on. Let's get lucky. Negative outcome. We did not get lucky. Let's do it again. But we did get +1 spindle core. Positive outcome +2 right here. Neutral outcome +1. Kind of wanted to save my really good dice for whatever's next, if that makes sense. And we got a 50-50 chance. That's kind of crazy. That tells you how bad glitch dice are. 50-50 chance. That was bad. We got wrecked. Action unavailable? Oh, never mind. We've still filled it up. That's right. I forgot. On negatives, you still make progress. The forest spindle lives up to his name. It's tall. The reason I wanted to use the one, even though it's very risky, first of all, we can buy food for cheap, which is nice. So that's good. But secondly, this is going to unlock something that I wanted to have the 5 or 6 ready for that. It's tall stature, making it a real effort to travel from end to end. The local solution to this problem are the transit tunnels, these massive tubes bolted on the outside of the spindle that allow for rapid passage from the bottom to top. Oh, that's a nice setup. As you find yourself in one of these cavernous passages, bulky cargo haulers rushing by you, you start to wonder if braving them is worth the effort. That also makes sense. Back up! The shout rattles down the bare transit corridor like a gunshot, and it's rapidly followed by a crunching impact. You spin back, pushing yourself against the side of the wide sliver of the passage. As you do, a hauler glides past, sending a rippling wave of air across in its wake. Oh, hello! You look interesting. When a roar subsides, you hear a string of expletives coming from nearby. A spiky-looking figure, clutching some oddly shaped, open-frame object, gestures wildly at the vehicle as it glides away. Jerkhead? She spits an impressive glob of saliva down the tunnel, and it spirals in 0G. She turns to you in her anger. You see that? Tried to slam me into the wall. Total jerk face. She nods. No duh. Haulers hate us. She sniffs and looks you up and down. Not supposed to be in the transit system without a vehicle, she squints. Not like I care, but maybe you do? Oh, well this looks like a vehicle right here. Right, sorry. Like I said, I don't care. She rolls one of her shoulders, stretching out. You're new here, right? Is it that obvious? That reminds me of a character from YouTube. Wait, is YT YouTube? Because I read it as YouTube. Reminds me of YT from Snow Crash. What is Snow Crash? Spiky airbike career. I like her so far. She shrugs. It stands for yours truly. There you go. See, not YouTube. I read YT and it's YouTube. It's the character's name. Nice. She shrugs sympathetically. Nothing to be ashamed of. Let me get you a tip. She begins checking her open frame vehicle, tightening bolts and untangling pipes. Avoid the haulers. They're all jerks, lots of them. Especially the water haulers. They think they're better than anyone else. Don't mess with the Steve doers? The Steve doers? What is this? They're good people. Get treated like trash by everyone else, just like us. She rapidly plugs and unplugs a series of connectors. They'll show you the shortcuts. She looks up and never, ever get in the way of spindle jacks. She smiles, spinning the vehicle in her hand. Spindlejack? She slumps the chest. You're looking at one. Oh, nice. She pauses, considering something. Then suddenly, she reaches into one of her many pockets and pulls out a small, transparent rectangle pouch with holes. Takes a glance with it, reading, "Cat Spindle Express, you take it." She flexes proudly. That's me. Spindle strip line is my outfit. I can't read. Okay. Stevedores. They're like people who carry things. I don't think I know this word. It looked like Steve Doers to me, and I was like, lucky Steve. This is our Wednesday show. We can make more risque jokes. Steve adores. I just never have heard this word. There we go. There's lots of words I don't know, though. Small outfit. We punch above our weight class. Dispatch here in the Spindle. So I need to meet these other people to give me... They load cargo onto ships. Ah, there you go. Learn something new every day. Hopefully some of you learn something, too. But I run the transit tunnels up and down the Spindle 10 times the cycle. You need anything moving on the Spindle. Data, tech, message too hot. For hardline, come find me. I'll do that. She nods. Tell them I sent you. Make sure it gets to me. She kicks off the wall, mounts her bike, triggers a small burst, heads away. You hear a buzz of distorted speech as you assume it's her dispatch. Great. Got a hop sleeper. She looks over at you, and then something flickers. An idea, or perhaps just a realization. You might be able to help me with something. Package that's been bothering me. She squints. Come find the office. Sure. Get your favor on account of me saving you from being flattened. She winks. Now you better get out of here before another hauler tries to squish you. Okay. You watch her go. I'm sort of skipping. There's a lot of dialogue in this game, so if I feel like I get the idea, I'm just gonna kind of skip. I know that's maybe not the best, but there's like a lot of dialogue in this game. Back before there were cranes and shipping containers. Oh. Okay. You watch her go, slightly caught off guard by her final remarks. What did you need a courier for? Turn your head. Back to the safety of the main concourse. Okay. We did not get... Okay, so I can't do anything until 2 cycles, but we did not get a quest for that. So let's go here. So what this did is this opened up our ability to buy fuel and supplies. We're maxed out. Oh, we're not maxed out. We have more space for fuel now. Let's buy a fuel. So we're not maxed out, but we do have a lot. Okay. Now this is new. This is why I brought the dice. It seems a little... I don't know if this is random. I'm assuming it's random. But... Oh, they're like longshoremen. Okay. It seems like all the danger ones, which have better rewards, are skills that we don't have. So, like, I wouldn't even want to risk a 6 on it. But then the skills that we do have are risky. It just seems like that's, like, a lot in this. And maybe I'm just wrong, but it does seem like a lot. All right, 100% positive chance right here. Let's do this. So +2 is the best we could do. I bet with the danger we could do +3. So unfortunately we're not going to be able to do this today. Positive is good. New location discovered. Okay, that's good. As you glide... Okay, at least we got a new location. I want to do this quest so I have 6 skill points. Or 4, rather. I mean, at 6 total. We've already spent 2. As you glide through the Pinnacle docks, you hear shouting echo down a corridor. You tentatively change direction, your eyes fixed ahead. The passage widens out of the large bay. Others rush by you, past you, heading towards the commotion. Your eyes are drawn. Oh, did this just break? That's what this looks like. Your eyes are drawn by the bay's vast viewing window, which is currently being splattered with glittering shards of ice. In front of it, a dock worker is shouting to anyone who will listen, "Spacers! Workers of the far Spindle, we need your urgent assistance. The water carrier has suffered a heavy damage in its transit. You kind of do need water. All able hands, we need you to help secure the cargo. Without this water, Far Spindle will struggle to support you. He looks desperately at the crowd. Please, anyone who's able to help, please come. I don't have any more dice. A handful of experienced-looking spacers push through the crowd towards the front. The dock workers start to erect them nearby bridges. You watch the scene unfold, hesitant to your face, making the problem of your own. Aha! Something tells me we're going to need to help. We have a serious leak, and we need to save it. Okay, so we have repairing the leaks. Like, I don't know if, like... I don't know at what point we get this. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This has to be repaired within 6 cycles. So we have interface, but we don't have endurance. So again, we can't use the danger with the skill we're good at. We just have to do with the skill we're neutral at. That seems to be... Oh, jeez. Sorry, the music started. No? That's the game's music. Never mind. I thought it was my Windows Media Player. That's in the game. The game has so little music, it's confusing me. Yeah, so that's annoying. But basically, we will need to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess 8 results before 6 days come back. That's on a timer, so we kind of have to do that. This is on a timer, but in not a bad way. This is on a timer, but not in a bad way. This makes me feel like something bad is going to happen in 3 cycles. Windows Media Player gagging to the spoon. I like Windows Media Player because it's simple. I drag a bunch of files over, and then I can just hit random or whatever, and it will just work. I don't need anything more complicated. All right, we gotta eat before we end the day. We don't have to, but it's a good idea. So 4 gives us 1 energy. Does that mean 12 gives us 3 energy? It actually gives us 4 energy, so the kelp cake is the best value by far. To each their own. So is VLC. I like VLC for videos. I've never really used it for music, so I don't know. Maybe that's me. So in order to complete this quest, I think we have to max this out. But again, interface, the same skill as this, like, we keep having the same skills. So I think we're done for today. Oh, this is new too. What is this? The signal from star stations, sorting through them is too much work for just the crew. It's not clear. Maybe just earn money? Okay, well, let's end the day. Let's hope for a bunch of great dice tomorrow and we can wrap this up in one day. It is a good feeling when you can wrap up something on a timer just in one day. The playlist in VLC is Garbo. Now we got to debate. I've literally never used VLC for anything except for video, so we really need Winamp. I got Winamp probably like a year ago. I tried to get Winamp to work, and I was like, I'm actually not really enjoying it. It does kick the llama's butt. We like Winamp. Man, Winamp was amazing back in the day. Downloading the skin, all that stuff. People just don't know. But it is a little limited these days, it felt like. As you drift lazily down the ship's mess, you hear... So this is the first... Like, we're having something happen every morning. I don't know how I feel about that. You steal yourself for a moment of the interest and then slip inside. Seraphim sits, hooked onto his usual stool. His slate glowing beside him, but he's shaking his head as you enter. Bliss, meanwhile, is floating freely and gesticulating sharply as they explain something important. Didn't we... Oh, we have 3 6s. Great. It almost makes me want to try that risky one, but no, I guess I shouldn't. And then a 1 and a 2. I don't see why not. Bliss chops the air. It's not like you have an alternative. We can get the cryo. It'll take time, but we can get it. That was the deal. Seraphin speaks calmly, though trying to placate Bliss. Sleeper! Both spots you entering. They turn to Seraphin. Let's see what the sleeper thinks about it. About what? They both fall silent for a moment. The rig is ready, Sleeper. Bliss gestures around the mess. I fixed it. Hell, I've improved it. She's purring thanks to me. Now, wouldn't you say I've done such an incredible job? I deserve to be paid properly for my work? Calculated looks across their face. A refit and a retune like this would typically cost my clients hundreds. If I was feeling charitable, Seraphin sighs loudly. He knows where this is going. See, I could make you pay, and maybe I could even scrap. Maybe you could even scrape the cryo up, but not without taking a contract and taking the ship off the station, leaving me in a lurch. We wouldn't do that, Seraphin stops. Bliss holds up a hand to shush him. So I have a proposition. One that clears your debt completely. They pause. I will turn around the open sign in this little bay of mine and join up with you. You keep me in work, give me my split, and give me transit to wherever you're headed. I'll even keep this rig of yours working for free. They shrug. What could be better than that? This seems like a pretty good deal. Us paying our way with no hangers-on. Seraphin folds his arm and looks at you. Tell him, Sleeper. But we can use their help. Actually, we could use their help. Bliss grins. Seraphin. See, Sleeper gets it. You can use my help. I'm an excellent engineer. I have engineering skill. A tidy shipmate and a half-decent chef. I'm done with the farce, Spindle. I'm done taking not enough jobs or not enough cryo on a station where I know nobody. They pause, satisfied. You're welcome. Seraphin holds up his hand. Look, we appreciate it. We're on the run, Bliss. Trust me, you're better off here. That's a good point. Like, it is dangerous to be with us. He gives them a serious look. Even telling you this could put us in danger. Bliss pauses. Then they start to laugh. On the run? They shake their head. Smiling. You expect to be scared off by a goofy thing? It's true. The system's at war with the belt spiraling into a crisis. Everyone's got something. I know you were at Hexport. Seraphin looks at them open mouth, searching for a retort. What happened there? Who's to say it won't happen here? I'm not sitting around watching all this play out any longer. They take a deep breath. Something's got to give. Bliss turns to Seraphin. Look, you've done your due diligence or whatever. You are on the run. I've been warned. I accept the risk. That's it. At the end of the day, your ship is clamped into my bay. So unless you know my encryption protocols, there's not much left to discuss. Fair point. Seraphin shakes his head, a small smile crossing his face. You got us there. He looks at you and then at Bliss. Look, we've gained a crewmate. He unhooks from a stool, but I'm moving to the engine room. He drifts off towards the ship to gather his things. You and Bliss exchange a nervous look. Welcome aboard. Bliss smiles. Gives you a half-heated mock salute. You leave Bliss. Don't we have that, like, other girl, too, still with us? Maybe not. I don't know. Did we drop him off somewhere? I don't know. You leave Bliss in the galley and head for the cockpit. The rig is ready to fly again, but the next question, where does it take you next? And no, I rolled really good dice one time, and I was like, let's start our mission, and it just wipes out your dice. So you don't want to start a mission with dice. Seraphin mentions Flotsam, a short starward journey from here, as a busy station where you might find an artificer to help diagnose your glitches and errors. Sunward, meanwhile, is a Helion Gate, an abandoned and uninhibited megastructure left over from the Solomon days. Maybe good salvage, but not an easy place to survive. And beyond that, well, as you say, the belt is wide. And at least now you have a functioning ship. Okay, new crew available. You've unlocked a belt map. Go to the map. Okay, so now we can do missions. Per se. This is only one thing, so not really doing missions, but okay. This is the wreck the person we were going with told us about. So we'll go there eventually. Still don't know what this red is, so 2 days before that's a problem. I would like to get this quest, because that's going to get us, yeah, that's going to get us a point, and one more point is what we need for level ups. So let's try to do that if we can. Yeah, toggle. Okay, so it actually tells, like, here, this is what we need to do to level up. Okay, I'm gonna do this, and it's risky. Let's hope to get lucky here. Okay, +1. Let's do one more. This is very risky. We got it! And we completed the quest, so we got upgrade points. So that's actually exactly what I wanted to do. Okay, great. Now we need to do this because we don't want the water to explode. This is too much of a risk. I'd rather do... I hope this gives us 2, but it's probably only going to give us 1. Oh, it'll give us 2. Great. Alright. I mean, what kind of sucks about this is, like, we're not getting anything, like supplies or anything. This is just saving the ship. So tomorrow, hopefully we can get one more and then save the ship that way. Just a 5 or a 6 would be ideal. And then that's it. Eventually I'll do that. That's a good place to dump low level dice. Although I did just use low level dice effectively. We are sort of running low on money though, so we haven't done anything that gives us money. But the jobs usually pay pretty well. And then what's this one? That's a bar shift. If you want to gamble in the venture, you'll need... So, if I'm remembering from the first game, this is sort of what happened. In the first game, you have quests that you, like, really have to do, and then it opens up to a bigger... And there's things that I just, like, never even got to. Like this, like, maybe I don't ever spend dice here, because I'm not interested in this at all. And I don't even have this skill. So, that might be the case there. So I have 4, so I can make it so Endure doesn't give me penalties, because I've been getting a lot of Endures. I don't have Engage at all, so I can't use Engage skills, or at least they'll be massively penalized. I can spend 4 points and then make it so I don't get a negative die, which does make 5s and 6s more powerful if I have to do an Endure. Yeah, you know what? I'm actually going to do it. I don't know if that's a mistake or not. Like, maybe I should specialize. I've been getting a lot of interface. But this way, I have no negative dice rolls except for Engage. I can't do it. Alright, that might be a mistake, but it is what it is. Okay, what do we want to do for today? Explore the hidden wreck. Okay, this is the only thing on our quest. I would actually do this, but the problem with that is this counter will go up. So we might be doing that tomorrow. Okay, that's it for today. Yeah, we'll see how we go. I like almost wish I had a dice that was broken. That way I can repair it, if that makes sense. Okay, Cadet drifts from the shadows. This is the other quest. Face pale, deathly serious. Are you okay? She doesn't seem to hear you, distracted by the group of spacers gliding noisily down the passage behind her. She waits until they pass. Someone hit strip line. No idea where Kamal is. A bunch of goons tearing the place apart as we speak. She screws up her face in pain. Even tried to grab me. It's muscleheads. Who would attack a courier? No idea. Those were typical rented thugs. Could have been anyone. Remember that package I asked for your help with? The one that's bothering me? Yes. I reckon it's got something to do with that. The job was a bust. The express run all the way down to the underhang. When I got there, no one home. She's whispering now, leaning closer. place was smashed up. Like someone got there first. Should have dumped the package and run, but I brought it back like a good girl. Stashed in a safe place. Thought the sender might come to recover it. And when they didn't, well, I got curious. She shakes her head. Stupid thing to do. Inside was a drive encrypted to hell and back. When I ran to tell you, well, I heard sleepers are good with data, with tech. I am. So I thought you might be able to take a look at it, she shrugs. Now it's trash too. Here's the thing, she glances around. Back when I popped it open, I noticed the drive had a dispatch marker. Hexport. Doesn't mean anything. Could it be connected to Hexport getting atomized? Yeah, that's where I'm at too. The thing was sent out from there just before it got cooked, she pauses. And with that kind of attention, I've been getting past a couple of cycles. She slips a hand terminal from her bag, taps a couple of times, and then holds it up to you. It just stares at you from the screen, straight-faced and pale. Beside the picture, you see block capitals. Spindlejack, blah, 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 in breach of FAR Spindle Code B4. Reward for information leading to capture considered dangerous. These jerks blasted out over the transit channels. Every Spindlejack hauler and freight carrier is going to be watching for me. She pulls back the hand terminal angrily, stuffing it away in her bag. Something's going on. Anyone who can help? She looks away. Spindlejacks don't make friends easily. And now all the couriers I do know are looking to turn me in for a payout. She snaps her head to the side, her eyes flashing with anger. Why do you think I'm here? It's time for a favor, Sleeper. This is a much bigger favor than you push me out of the way. My connections are burned. Hell, my whole career is gone. I need to fight back. If I walk away, there's nothing I can walk away to. She softens a little. I need your help. What can I do? I need you to get the drive. She takes a breath. If they want it that much, they can use it. Then I can use it to buy my way out of this. And I tucked it where somewhere safe, so my guess is they haven't got it yet. You just slip in, I'll give you the location, and pull the thing out. She folds her arm. Should be that simple. Why don't you do it? They're going to be watching for me, as everyone knows the transit tunnels. I wouldn't make it past the core. Look, this thing turns out to be worth something, you'll get your due. All I want is my life back. The drive is in the workshop. There's a loose panel behind the airbike rack. She leans in. It's taped to the back of the fuse box inside. Oh, excuse me. I've got to keep heading down Spindle to the overhang past the end of the transit tunnels. No one will rat me out there. She glances around. I'll come find you when it's done. I've still got networks access. I'll know when you go in. She winks, offering no further explanation. My bike's locked up nearby. I'm gonna hop. Do me this favor, and we're clear. Stay safe. Doing my best. She gives you a mock salute. She slips back in the shadow, and a few moments later you hear the progressive pulse of an airbike pulling away. You know at least what it's like to be on the run, fleeing for your life, and in that you feel empathy. So it's a little strange because it's like we don't know why the last space station we were on exploded, but it did as we were leaving. As the Liam guy was like trying to find us, did he blow it up to try to get to us? And if so, why would there be encrypted data that left the space station right before that? I don't know. It's something to do with me, obviously. I'm a much bigger entity than I would have thought. And perhaps you'd steer clear if it wasn't for the detail that got stuck in your mind. This drive is from Hexport, that's what I'm saying. It's all enough to send you down to the drive. Only time will tell. This is probably a timed mission. I still don't know why we only have one more barrier from here, but yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Oh, It's going to be one of those where I'm going to need to, like, spend a lot of points to get it, too. That's kind of annoying. I think we really want to help the water situation. We don't have to do it today. Now we can do the risky endure. I mean, might as well do this, right? Do we just wait until we have a 6 and guarantee it? We've got time. So... we got time, but I do think this is going to give us some money, but I don't know how that helps us. Because we could use our 5 here and have 100% positive versus over there not have that good of an outcome. You know what? I'm gonna do this. So positive gives us +3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So let's do this. 50-50. But 50 positive, 50 neutral. Perfect. Okay. That's a good one then. What if we do this? Let's go ahead and do this. This is dangerous, so bad things will happen if we're wrong. But let's spend our 2 on this. That was a negative outcome, so we got -2 energy. 50-50. You know what? Let's do it. No, this is a bad idea. I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, I should not have done that. Use all your energy and you're now starving. While starving, you gain 1 stress per cycle. Okay, it's fine. We won't. Well, okay, that was dumb. Well, now it's like, you know what? I'm already dumb. Let's do it all in. Let's do it. There we go. And we got it. Unfortunately, we're starving. And, oh, I gained a stress. Oh, I should have not done that. I thought it was at the end of the cycle, but just starving, I gained a stress. You slide loose panel away from the brick wall. The air bike. You're blinking the lights fuse. I mean, at least we did it all in one turn, even if we got messed up. Noisy gearbox draws attention. The moment escapes sliding doors or just some old system cycling the walls. It took long enough to gain access strip line, bike garage, and longer still to find a safe route to the air bike's rack. Although, I did it all in one cycle. But you're almost there. You've seen and heard hired muscles searching, guarding this place. But have been lucky enough to come face to face with them yet. You've not come face to face with them yet. You turn back to the darkness behind the panel. As if what Cadet said is right, the drive is taped to the back of the fuse box in front of you. You reach through. Oh no. Oh no. I don't have a good thing. You reach through and slowly, carefully hand settles something you pull, but it doesn't budge. Quiet rattle echoes from the dispatch office next to the door, and you freeze for a second. It seems a little too enthusiastic with the tape. Peel the tape. Neutral outcome. That's good. I mean, it's not bad. You close your eyes and feel the seams of the tape, taping your time. You pick at it. Taking each piece away from the drive, you hear a clattering sound nearby as you peel off the final piece and spins through. Your time to move. You slip the drive inside your coat and kick away from the wall, gliding back towards the maintenance corridor you entered from. As you cross the bike ride, you hear voices in the dispatch office next to you, just as you tuck yourself into a cool darkness of the maintenance corridor. A screech indicates the opening door from the office next door. Voices rumble through the door as you quickly and quietly push yourself deeper into the guts of the building. Too close. Barely daring to breathe, even though I don't need to breathe. You carefully make your way through the maze of passages that brought you here. Their dog legs and dead ends now familiar. Eventually, you spot a thin slit of light ahead. Marking the loose panel, you lever it open to gain entrance. You take a deep breath. Almost there. Oh no! As you reach the gap, you freeze. Voices rumbling from beyond, and peering through, you see 2 figures in dark clothes searching the chaotic bay behind the strip line. Your eyes are drawn towards the dark, boxy weapon one holds at his side. Shoot, you hiss silently to yourself, your eyes searching a path to gain through. Let's get lucky. Neutral outcome. Boy, we're just barely getting by. You wait, silent and still, as the figures search. They split and drift across the bay. You take the chance, sliding open the panel, slipping behind a scrap and boxes at the edge of your room. You work your way around until you can't see any further. You kick off hard, making a dash for the far side of the bay. In the public passage beyond, there's a hiss and the guttural chattle of the pressure valves as an airbike pulls up beside you. Cadet leans over and grabs the collar of your coat. Hop on! In a moment, you're in the back of an airbike, clutching the strap of Cadet's bag as she guns it down the passage, the air resistance almost ripping you off the thin seat. You lean against her back, let out a sigh, the drive pressing into your ribs beneath your jacket. You did it. Okay, I'm very curious what this is gonna end up doing here. Still alive back there? Cadet's voice brings you back from the hypnotic rhythm of the tunnels. Tunnel lights rushing past the airbike. She slows the bike with a rapid series of hissing, and you realize she's brought you back to the passage outside Bliss Bay. You try to understand the route she took as a long loop through branching transit tunnels of the station, but give up. You can let go now. She straightens up, and you unhook your fingers from her bag strap, separating yourself from her back. You push off the bike gently and float in the passage beside her. You okay? Look pretty rough back there. She smiles. Yeah, I rolled 2 3s. It was very scary. I appreciate you put it all online for me. Who were those guys? Your guess is as good as mine. Didn't look like anyone nice, though. I wouldn't sweat it. She smiles. Come on, then. Let's see the drive. You fish the drive at her jacket and hand it over. That's the one, she squints. Should have chucked it when I had the chance. You get your first good look at it, and there's not much to see. A small lump of solid-state memory with a few markers on the case. You spot a yellow hex among them. Hexport. We shouldn't hang around. Damn right. She slides her bag around her shoulders. The font slides the drive neatly into her pocket. I know someone in the scrapyards who can crack anything. She'd be my first port of call to crack this thing open. She stretches her shoulders. And I should make myself scarce from the Spindle anyway before those jerks catch up with me. Come with us. Appreciate the offer, but I think it's best if we go our separate ways for now. 2 targets are harder to track than 1. She cycles pressure valves on her bike impatiently. Leans away from the bike, squinting out the viewing window of your ship beyond. That's yours? She doesn't wait for an answer. If I'm not mistaken, that old thing is going to struggle to reach scrapyards unless you've added a hasnav. What's a hasnav? Yeah. Built between here and scrapyards is drowning in debris, worse since Hexport. You'll need hazard navigation to make the crossing safely. Low-Tick Syndicate created the tech to help their tankers across the belt. Common knowledge. Cadet nods to your ship. Maybe if you head up to Wellspring, you can barter or steal, she adds casually. Here. Cadet unties the bag, lashed to her bike frame, and holds it out to you. Not enough here for a refit, but maybe you'll find some use for them. You take the bag and clinks aside. As you do, she opens up to see a couple of engine components. We're going to use them to boost her. She taps the frame of the air bike. But you deserve them. She meets your eye and looks away. It's not like I'll be doing runs for a while anyways. Thanks. It's nothing. Like I said, you deserve them. She flexes her finger on the bike and handles it, eager to be away. Air bike stutters and purrs, trembling in the air like an arrow ready to be loosened. See you around, she winks. Okay, well, maybe we'll see her around, maybe we won't. You stare off as she goes. I would really like to know what's in the data. You realize as you look down the passage that you never asked how Cadet plans to get to the scrapyards. That question, like a score of others, will have to wait until you run into her next. Although you have a feeling she'll find a way to slip away before you can ask the next time, too. You head back towards your ship to stow the components. At least we got something out of the deal. We got some components. I don't know if they're represented down here or not. Idly wondering if you could justify buying an air bike. Okay, we got a point to upgrade, which is good. I would like to get another point. And What's this? Oh, okay. When we fix this, we'll get another point, and then we'll have 2. And then I'll either do this or I'll do this. I haven't quite decided. We have 1 stress now, so we need to get rid of that stress before we start the mission, or maybe not. But we are starving also, so let's not be starving. Let's go to get unstarving. 1 unstarving, please. Nice. Yeah, it's too bad I'm stressed. I wish that were the case. I could have eaten between dice roll and have that not happen, but I guess I was also partially curious, so now I know. Alright, let's end the cycle, and then something's going to happen at the end of the cycle. Anyways, I don't know what it's going to be. Something flickers in the back of your mind. You stop. You have to stop to blink it away. The tightness behind your left eye and aching point refuses to move, and then the voice begins, hissing through the background noise of the rig system. A new whine among the chorus of the life support and ventilation. Leaper, the hiss begins laying sharp features to your mind. I suppose you thought you had slipped my net. Hexport jumps to your mind, an image of the station immolating in white light, though you are not conscious to witness it. You are distant, his voice hisses, but you are not free of me yet. I'm coming, Sleeper, and the hiss drops, and I'll retake control of what's mine. The closer I come to you, the more you will feel it. Lane moves your fingers and taps your forehead. I'm here. Until you cannot resist. Bright smile, pale eyes, and glowing hiss that hurts. Then the hiss is gone, the rig suddenly quiet. The stinging tightness diffusing behind your eyes, but the fear remains. Sleeper, you good? Lane is coming. You feel him, right? He looks away. We can use that. Stay ahead of him. He squeezes your shoulder. We can do this. We're fast and we're smart. We keep moving. We don't stay anywhere for long. And we find a way. Somehow. You nod. I don't know how Lane is able to reach your mind like this. How he's able to speak to you. But you want it to stop. You must find out what he's done to you before it's too late. You must stay ahead of Lane at all costs. Alright, so now... Oh, -3 per travel. Lane is hunting you once again. His progress will be tracked by the hunt clock. If this is filled, he'll catch up with you. It'll increase once every cycle you spend in the hub. However, each time you travel, the hunt will reduce by 3. If you keep moving, you can stay 1 step ahead of him. Okay, that's good. I mean, they're sort of incentivizing you to, not sort of, they are directly incentivizing you to do. I don't know if doing a mission counts as travel, but they are sort of encouraging you to do that too. Let's do this. Let's get. Let's do this 100% positive, and it's danger, so we'll get more rewards than we need, hopefully. +3, and then now we have an upgrade point, and now we saved them. You watch from the docking bay's viewing window as the crumpled vast hull of the spring is finally welded shut by a score of bright torches flickering amongst the side, and we helped. This is a new person. Everywhere I look, I see crisis. The voice comes from beside you, and you turn to see a man floating there, watching the repair work. You don't recognize him. I saw you out there helping the crew. Turns you some serious look. Well, they needed it. You aren't wrong. Watching him carefully. I haven't seen you on the Spindle before. What, may I ask, is your business? I'm running a crew. He nods, I see. Springtide is my ship. His face remains impassive. At least I'm her captain. I don't own her. The Low-Tick Syndicate, my employer, is the one who put her in service. Glad to meet you. He bows his head gently. Well, I just helped you, so if you don't mind helping me, that'd be great. You have my thanks for assisting with the repairs. We were caught by some autonomous Conway munitions. Oh, okay. Looks at the ship. The Wellspring run is getting more dangerous every cycle. I think I need to go there. I don't know. I'm getting mixed up. You're going to head out? Yeah, have a great night, Fry Guy. Thank you for coming. After Hexport, he pauses. I don't expect things to improve. We both go quiet for a moment. The loss of the station still inspiring silence on anyone who mentions it. Yeah, it's kind of a big deal. Like, it's a tough place to live, and one of the places to live just blew up. Yikes. Tell me, as a sleeper, do you feel you have advantages over others, or does your particular condition provide any weaknesses? There are many downsides. He nods. Of course. You're stronger, hardier, and more capable than most humans. Am I? He gestures towards the springtide. Your work on my ship only evidences your abilities. Well, it depends on the dice I roll. You far outperformed even my own crew. He looks at you, aligning his head in deference. In my condition, in conditions that are usually deadly. Sadly, despite even your good work, our losses have been great, and the administrator at the far Spindle are not happy. We're going to be impounded here until the Lotic Syndicate fulfills the agreed water freight. He frowns at the crumpled-looking ship. Can I have some water? This war continues to pressure the belt. What will you do? This is where you're needed, Sleeper. Folds his arm. My crew tells me that you have a ship. You have workers. This is what I need. As we fled the Conway attack, our navigator registered something of great interest. A water-rich asteroid. One I believe is previously unknown for the syndicates. Comes a little closer. For now, I have sworn him to secrecy, as I must you. But if this asteroid could be surveyed, its value confirmed, it would more than make up for the shortfall of the springtide. He pauses thoughtfully. So tell me where it is. How does this involve me? Let him continue, is my response. I want you to survey the asteroid for me. It's a simple enough job, but its location so close to the edge of the wasp is problematic. However, you have shown yourself to be very competent. If you're careful, there's no reason you should have problems with Conway, or any other hostile party for that matter. Hostile party? Wash is where the orbits of the inner system in the Starward Belt conspire to bring vessels, objects, and all kinds of wanderers together. It's a terrifying opportunity. I will, of course, reimburse you with a portion of the fee. 250 is your offer. How will your employer feel about that? Lotic Syndicate only cares that its water is delivered, that its fees paid. I'm free to make sure this happens in a timely manner. That makes sense. Passes you a thumb drive. Here are the details on the test I need you to run for the survey. A sample core for the ice deep within. That's how we will be spending our dice. Give you enough material to work with. You notice a member of the Springtide's crew waiting quietly in the distance as he nods discreetly. This is a delicate matter, Sleeper. Survey the rock, and on your return, broadcast the results to my personal terminal. The frequency is in the data. He pauses, meeting your eye. The results go only to me. Then once the matter is resolved, you will be paid. I am needed, he nods at crew, but I expect you to have all you need. He pauses. I've enjoyed working with you. How about you pay me for the work I did? And with that, he bows and drifts away. You imagine a captain of a ship like that has been through a lot to get where they are. That makes them a valuable ally or a dangerous adversary, depending on where you are. You hope you can find your way to the former. Yeah, I think we want to do that contract. We don't want to do it right now because we have one stress. So let's... we don't know if travel... So here's my plan. Just because I'm getting antsy and, we're going to be 2 hours into this pretty soon. I'm getting antsy here, so I want to get rid of my stress, but I don't remember, does this get rid of stress? Let's try to get lucky here and find out. 1 energy, or 2 energy, and impress. Okay, so that didn't get rid of stress, but I needed the energy anyway, so that's fine. It's not the worst expenditure of our die. We want to spend our die, and then we want to go on a mission. Because that's how it works. And I don't think I want to do this at all, if that makes sense. There's some things that it's just I don't want to waste my points on that. Okay, so we actually don't... This is actually good. We actually don't have a lot to spend our stuff on. So let's do this. 50% positive, 50% neutral is dangerous. So I don't know what happens. Do we get money or do we get scrap? Let's find out together. We got a neutral outcome and we just got 12 credits. So that was probably a waste of a die. Like, I feel like there's a lot more we can do with those, with those dice. So that was probably dumb. That's okay. And then what's this? This probably just also just gets us money. Just gets us money. Neutral outcome +8. Okay, so we've wasted a lot of die. Just to kind of test things, but that's okay. Let's do this. Where we if I don't know what's gonna happen even if we get a neutral here. Okay, great. -1 stress. That's exactly what we were hoping to do. We still need 1 energy. And I think we want to start our missions full energy. So let's buy this. Okay. I sort of wish... Oh, we have 3 glitch. Wait, how did we get 3 glitch? I don't want 3 glitch because now tomorrow we're going to roll a bunch of glitch dice. Hold on. Hold on. How did we get 3... Oh. The story gave us 3 glitch. The guy who messed with us, that's give us glitch. I don't want to start an expedition when we have glitch dice because they damage us so bad. So we're gonna do 1 more day here. I hope I roll 3 glitch dice. Come on, we actually want glitch dice. We got 2 glitch dice, which means tomorrow we'll have 1. That's actually okay, and our other dice are really strong. So we'll be fine for today. So let's see, what can we do today? That's going to a different place. That's going to a different place. That's fix a dice slot, but like, we actually don't need to do that because none of them are broken. You can't fix until they're fully broken, right? Yeah, we actually can't fix until they're broken. So this kind of sucks because we're gonna go on a mission and we're likely to break that die on the mission. So that's actually unfortunate. And then recruiting him is going else. So there's actually no quest we can do right now. So I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to spend this, which now, what this does is I get +4 to the lowest dice when I'm out on a mission. And it uses a stress to do that. And if I'm successful, then it ends that stress. Okay, let's do this. With our glitch dice. We've had very few positive outcomes with our glitch dice. Even though it's 20%, we have not had good luck. Okay, we have 2 6s, so I would love to do something hard. Yeah, I think we're at the point in this area where they actually want us to go out and do missions now. This just gives us stuff, so I don't want to waste my 6s on just like getting stuff. Boring. Oh, you know what? We're 9 out of 10 fuel. I'll leave that. I'm guessing this also just gives us money. Okay, it gives us +11. They're also like, there's definitely the most efficient ones, and we did not do that. I mean, what if we just actually get a positive outcome on this? I don't know. Let's impress this person. All right, this seems like such a weird expenditure here. We've gotten really unlucky with the impressings. We've gotten mostly neutral outcomes or negative, but that's okay. Sleeper, Neva wants to see you. You nod to the other volunteers as you wipe your hands, clip your cutlery, blah, blah, blah. It was a busy shift. Each shift seems busier than the last. It makes sense, of course. You've seen a steady flow of refugees arriving from the inner system. As you cross the kitchen, you can still hear mumbling. The hatch, the other shift. I'm going to guess Neva's going to be massive. That's my guess. This game does that for chefs. They did that in the first game. They make, like, chefs huge. And you look across a small, carefully arranged kitchen. You wait. Chefs come here, smile, mix, blah, blah, blah. Oh! Super wrong! It is a trim man. Completely wrong. Almost the opposite of what I was envisioning. Actually, literally the opposite. Come in, sleeper. Neba is perched at the desk, uplit by a small transparent terminal screen, reading glasses perched on the end of his nose. You've seen Neba before, but not as much as you'd imagine you would while working at a place called Neba's Kitchen. Even though there isn't a proper sign out front, everyone in the underhang knows it by that name. The man himself is more of a mystery. Apart from the occasional barked order, a busy kitchen, he's more than a blur to you. Why do you work here? He looks up at the terminal screen. I had extra dice. I like to stay busy. Uh-huh. Neba stops filling the screen, looks glassless over. You do well here, sleeper. You're fast, precise. You're doing good work. He goes back to scrolling. Thanks. Neba lifts a hand in response. That's my worry, sleeper. Good workers like you, they move on fast. He leans back and looks at you. 10 cycles, maybe more, maybe less, and then you're gone. That seems about right. And the team gets used to having them here. Gets used to working at pace, and then suddenly they have to work differently. They have to pick up the slack, change job, change stations, and a few of them think, well, maybe it's time for me to move on too. So what I found is, good workers are trouble, especially those who come and go like you. He pauses, watching you. I'll let him speak some more. Actually, his logic kind of does make sense. Because it's like, you get these people come in, they do a really good job, and then they peace out. And then everyone else is like, man, this place is falling apart, and then they leave. This place runs on consistency. He's not wrong. Sleeper, those that turn up every cycle, good or bad, they get the people fed. He takes off his reading glasses, inspecting them for smudges. Let's be honest, that ain't you. So let's cut to it. I can't use you in the kitchen anymore. You're done. He shrugs. I'm sorry. But this place also runs all those machines out there. On the suppliers I can rope in. The donations. Feeding refugees from the inner system is logistics as much as it is chefing. Didn't know that was a word. He shakes his head, which is why cooped up in the back. So maybe you're gone. I never see you again. Okay, thanks for coming. We'll soldier on without you. But maybe you still want to be useful. Maybe I heard you have a ship. He smiles at you. Maybe I heard you chatting. And maybe I have a little something held up in place on my ship like yours can reach. I negotiated purchase some valuable inter-system spores from that group that came from there, but somehow ended up in a depot in the Green Belt. So if you head to the Green Belt, you will find the delivery, and you will bring back, well, Neba looks at you pointedly, that would be helping. I kind of like this idea. He's like, get out of the kitchen, but I have a bunch of other stuff that I can still help you with if you want to help. Want to help? I gotta help. That'd be kind of helping a good worker, even an inconsistent worker, might be able to offer me. Neba squints at you. Seems like the kind of thing someone genuine, someone who wants to help for real might do. What do you think? It doesn't wait for you to reply. But it also seems like the kind of thing you might sit on a list of priorities for so long it disappears and never gets done. I've seen that happen too. I can see that. I guess we'll find out which. He definitely places his reading glasses back on his face and continues to scroll. Stay out of my ways. You know the way out, Saber. You turn the doorway, slightly taken aback. This also means I can't get free energy for working anymore. You glide out of the kitchen through the improvised cantina and people eating and chatting there. All the time considering what you might do next, recalling the persuasive glint in Neba's eye. That's cool and all, but like, actually it's not any of these options, so that's kind of funny. I actually couldn't do that if I wanted to. Yeah, it's not an option. I guess I have to do these things before I do that. Oh no. Oh. Oh. Wow. I didn't realize. Okay. That would use 8 fuel. Wow. Impassable hazard. Huh. Okay, this game all of a sudden got quite a bit bigger, and I don't really know... Huh. So I'm guessing now, this is my guess, because I can go to these other places, I'm guessing doing one of these missions doesn't reset my timer of that guy chasing me. I really wish I could fix one of my dice, but just none of them are broken, so... Okay, let's go on a mission. That's all I have to say. Let's do it. Let's go on a mission, and I don't know how it's going to work with this guy catching up to me. So yeah, let's go. We'll do this minus 300 during travel. Oh, okay, so actually I was wrong. Doing missions inside here actually helps. So this one is risky. This one's risky. Okay, neither are dangerous. You know what? Let's do this because then we can recruit him, right? So I have to pick him? Why can't I pick Nima? Or not Nima, Seraphin, my main person. I don't like that I can't pick my main friend. So same skill as me, that's not helpful. Similar skill as me, different skill as me. So that is actually good. Hold on, let me just make sure. So arrows and pluses. You have to go all the way out to go back in. Okay, I do need the guy with the arrows, so it's good we're recruiting him because I don't have this skill at all. And I have this, but if he has it better, that's fine. She has similar skills to me, so not terribly helpful. Which I thought she might. But yeah, let's do it. Okay, so the key is spend all your dice and then go, because you get new dice anyways. And now I have a glitch. I knew I'd have a glitch, but I figured there'd be something I can kind of throw it away on. This is not what you promised. Seraphin's turned to Eugen with a raised eyebrow. Okay, so he is here. Good. Looking across the field with debris scattered around a small asteroid whose gravity has kept him there. You have to agree. Where to even start looking? Eugen shrugs unfazed. I said the wreck was hidden. Transponder off. No flight records. I didn't say it was intact. If it was an easy job, I wouldn't have come with your crew. Could have just grabbed it myself. We'll all earn our share. This is definitely more than one wreck. Bliss leans forward towards the window, staring out at the glinting debris. I see at least 3, maybe 4. Different from the engine housing out there. It's kind of funny. Any travel does -3, and I don't feel like there's anything else to do on the space station, so I feel like I'll be traveling a lot. But we also need a way to earn money to buy all the fuel, because the fuel's going to add up. We just were full of fuel from our previous time. But we've done okay on money, though. I don't really have context for that. You really think there's something of value to be pulled from all of that? I know there is. My tip-off is good. We just need to find the right part. He looks out for a wide field of debris. Any clues? What I know is that a wreck with an item of great value is out there. That's it. He unstraps from the seat. Are you afraid of some hard work? Is that it? Seraphin starts laughing. So you're telling me we don't know what we're looking for, or where it is, or what it's worth. Trust me or don't. This will be worth your while. It's a hot tip. Decent dice roll. Decent dice roll. Sleeper please. Seraphin's turn to you, exasperated. Suddenly, a percussive beep interrupts the conversation. All of you turn your attention to Seraphin's terminal. What the? He taps a few keys. We've got an incoming ship. Their transponder just popped up. See? What did I say? A hot tip. We better claim before they do. He japs a finger. Clock ticking. I see a few obvious sights. Large bits of debris, clear whole sections. We should focus on there. Bliss unclips from his seat. So I don't know how this one's going to go, and we'll find out. But the previous one was essentially like, do this side thing for money, do this thing for the main quest. And so you can kind of split your dice between them. Which is going to run an ad. We're going to go ahead and just run an ad anyways. While I just finish up this dialogue and kind of get into this mission. So you won't miss a whole lot, but we are going to just keep going here. I see a few obvious sites, large bits of debris. We should focus on that. Okay. See you lucky kids in the airlock. Ready, Cap? I'm going to turn to Seraphim. I don't like that guy, Seraphim shakes his head. Me neither. Then what are we doing out here, Sleeper? Look, Seraphim glances over her shoulder. Just be careful. You nod and glide through the cockpit door. You try on a map, scatter debris in your mind. Nice dice. So, I'm sort of in the way of his dice. He's got a 4 and a 5. She's got 2 5s. So, pretty solid. We have 2 cycles before a vessel comes. I don't love that. So basically, what do we do in 2 cycled? Pitted asteroid, crushed shuttle, or scattered wrecks? So this is what I can do with my dice. Let's see. I don't know what his skill is. Okay, so his skill is a neutral version of this, not a positive version. His is the same as mine. His is the same as mine. I can do this, they can't. I'd rather do danger than risky because you get more out of it. There's a lot of these. I want to do something that I can do in 2 days. So this one, we have a lot of pluses. This is shuttle access. This one, we have engineering plus, so that means it turns my 5s into 6s, turns her 5s into 6s, or theirs 5s into 6s. So this is probably our best bet, shuttle access. And then let's check out pitted asteroid. There's a lot of dots here too, though. But these are for him. I guess him and me. He doesn't specialize in anything. Well, he's got the 2. Sorry, you can't see. Let me turn off the camera for 1 second. So down here, he's got his plus. That's like endurance. I have that too. And then he's got these 2 arrows. The 2 arrows are the only thing that makes him special, but he doesn't even have like a plus version of it. So he's actually a pretty mediocre character because he has the same skills as me, except for the +2 arrows. I don't see a +2 arrows here at all, so that's unfortunate. Because that's actually that's what we need him for. Okay, so I think I'm going back to my first instinct, which is we can do this one and we can do this one probably before 2 days. So let's go. Oh shoot. Yeah, that's fine. Actually, hold on. Yeah, no, okay. So we're doing this. 50-50. +1 stress to them. That's really bad. Let's try that again, and let's do a better job this time. +3 shuttle access, great. And here's my +3 guaranteed. That's what I was kind of hoping for. They got 1 stress. They can actually get quite a bit of stress on these missions. So, okay. We got that done. New location discovered. This is what we were hoping for. Now we can scrap the terminals. This, like, we want to do something before this other ship shows up. So let's do this. This is not you, so this is actually only me. Alright, this is getting a little risky here. Neutral outcome is 1 data draw. I don't love that. I don't know that we're going to be able to do this in time. Let's do it again. 25% chance of bad. Okay, we got bad. Now let's push. Push turns this die into a 6, and then it's going to remove a stress. In hindsight, I should have spent my point not making it one more dice level, but making it one more stress. I forgot that you get essentially like 2 stress for doing that. So that's not great. Okay, is there anything on here? Okay, I actually can't reduce stress. And I can't, okay, why are these things here? I can't even do them. I still have my glitch die. It's my last glitch die. It's my last glitch die. Is there anything that's like, seems like not bad? Like this one maybe? Or do I just not do it? You know what? Let's just not use it. Oh, wait, you know what? Oh, wow, I'm sitting on 2 dice from him still. I didn't realize that. Yeah, I forgot. Okay. Let's go back here. No, we really want to do this. I just honestly forgot. Oh, that's right. He doesn't have this skill, so that seems like a huge waste of a 5. All right, let's think of our second place. I think this is our second place. So, is that our second place? Okay, no. I think the scattered wreck is our second place. So let's do this one. 50% positive, 50% neutral. Great, +3. That's really good. Let's do another one. This one's a little bit more risky. Okay, he got +2 and +1 stress. Okay. That's okay. This is our... That's okay. We did all right. I'm not going to use my glitch dice. I'm just going to... We're going to end the cycle. We're going to lose the supply. Our goal is literally just... Okay, decent roll. He's got a 6 and a 3. She's got a 1 and a 4. So we're sort of wrecked on that. And we have one more day. So let's get this one done. Let's get the data draw done. You don't have that skill. You don't have the skill. Okay, I'm the only one with the skill to pull the data. Which is really annoying. Neutral outcome. Great. Not a big fan of these neutral outcomes here. Negative outcome. Cool. And now we push. Let's get 100%. Let's reduce our stress. We're just gaining stress today. Okay. So this is one thing kind of like done. That might mean nothing happened. That's it? There was no, like... Okay. So I think we got nothing from that. Let's keep going. This might just be like a mad dash to, like, just try to get anything we can get out of it. Alright, +3. Good. 25% chance of failure, although neutrals are bad too. Neutral outcome, bad. Alright, we need you to... Oh, she actually can't do either of these. Wow. She doesn't have the skill to do either of these? Alright, I'm gonna risk it, and I hope we get it. Neutral outcome. I got stress. I don't need the stress. Okay. So this should open up a new thing. If the pattern continues, we unlock the first part, and then a second location opens up. Okay, we need... Cancel. We need to unlock with the cipher. So the wreck's outer door is sealed with reinforcement. The only way it'll be gain cipher. Perhaps there's one elsewhere. Okay. So I think we spent all of our points on the, like, one thing that didn't matter. Our, like, one red herring. This is the only thing she can even attempt. She has the wrong skills for this mission. Neutral outcome, and because it's risky, neutral didn't make stress. So I'm going to go ahead and try 2 and hope for the best, but it only gives us 1. So negative outcome, and I got plus stress. Plus stress now means that my 2 dice are actually really bad. So I'm actually really in bad shape. Yeah, I'm in really bad shape. I spent my points incorrect. I did plus an extra dice instead of... Oh, hold on. Broken dice can be repaired at the rig for a cost. Okay, when the workshop's available, which might not be on a mission. So, I did plus 1 point to my die, and I should have did minus 1 stress, because I would have 3 less stress right now if I had done that. So that is on me, and that's definitely where my next point will go. Not much I can do about it now. Eugene, you jerk, where are you? The sort of voice rattles through the ship. Okay. Everyone turns. Seraphin already shaking his head. Vesna says under your breath, you suddenly recall the steel-eyed gate captain. Of course that's who it is. Open the airlock before I do something you'll regret, her voice echoes. Eugene? You see 2 recognitions. We should let her in. Kick off towards the door, but Seraphin drifts towards you in the exit. Sleep, are you sure about this? You can see he is angry, but he's also looking at you reassurance. Be ready. Seraphin nods. I'll be ready. Follows the glide to the airlock, control the exterior door. Let me handle her. Fine. He nods appreciatively towards the airlock. You watch the airlock cycles. I mean, we're technically not an enemy with this person. So, like, we would like to not be an enemy with this person. See the silhouette through the viewing window, and she removes the helmet of her suit. It's playing it cool. You see he takes a deep breath in preparation. I should shoot you right there. Vesna floats towards the airlock, her eye implants glinting. But I wouldn't want to give the wrong impression. Her metal eye makes it impossible to read her tone. Let her talk. This is how you treat all your clients? Promise to deliver the coordinates they helped you find, and then instead you find out their value, go to another crew, and try to steal the prize from under their nose? I knew you were an amateur, she smiles, but I didn't know you were an idiot too. Tell whatever stories you want. Until I'm paid, there is no deal. Did you pay me? It's frustrating. You know as well as I do that payment was on receipt of the coordinates. Well, sorry to say, I won't be able to deliver. Deal's off. You jerk. Hands over to her hip. Now, you're a guest on this ship. Seraphin comes from somewhere behind you. So I'll remember that. You turn back to Seraphin, holding a whole bolter at his waist. Its wide muzzle trained on Vesna. Vesna lets her hands loose at her side, abandoning her threat. Of course. So you might as well see the breach of trust in this situation, but I was wrong. I don't want to escalate this. Oh, that. On that, she agreed. She backs a little towards the airlock door. She looks at the freelancer. Don't think I'll back off. My team can find this thing as fast as any mongrel crew, she smiles, first to take it all. Well, unfortunately, I spent 2 days on the wrong thing, so stay silent. Slips back to the airlock and hits the control panel. The door scissors shut. Suddenly tumbles forward as something hits him in the side of the head. Idiot. Sins behind him. Having swung a heavy muzzle of the bolter directly at his head. You ever put this crew in danger like that again? Seraphin is right. Eugene catches himself. It's okay. He wipes a little blood from his forehead. I get it. That was sloppy. Your whole thing is sloppy, Seraphin bristles. This is how you get yourself killed. As much as I'm enjoying this display of aggression and idiocy, Bliss's voice comes from behind you all. We have a contract to complete. They push past, sitting up, and now we have competition. We should leave, Seraphin Slings the whole bolt over his shoulder. Cut our losses. Now wait, Eugen wipes the corner of his mouth and back of the head. All this and you're going to give up and turn tail? I don't want to leave. We're already out here. Seraphim sighs. You're right. He glides over past his shoulder. Time for you to prove your worth. I'll be watching. Okay. Can I fix my dice? No. Okay, so we're just down a die now. This is rough. New location. Best is determined to find the recon-claimed supplies. If you don't get it first, this will be all for nothing. Okay, sounds like this is all going to be for nothing because we just are doing very poorly. We have people with the wrong skills. Yeah. This dude rolled 2 1s. Sorry, you can't see that. I'm in the way. He rolled 2 1s. Literally worthless. I might throw him under the bus though, because he's the one that faces the consequences. Negative outcome. This might be all for nothing. We might have to abandon this. Negative outcome. It's weird. I have a 50-50 chance here. Negative outcome. He's done. If I fail this, he's done. Neutral outcome. 1 stress. Yeah, we're doing very bad. Like I don't really know what to do at this point. I don't really. We can't do anything without the cipher. We basically have 3 cycles to get this unlocked, and just based on how bad we're doing with these rolls, I don't think it's happening. Neutral outcome. I can't get a positive outcome. Save my life here. Crazy. I'm gonna break another die. It's fine, whatever. We're gonna get completely wrecked. There we go. This dice is gone now. And now we push. And now we have a 100% chance. All right. Here we go. 25% chance of failure. What do you think we're going to get? Neutral outcome. Still a failure. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I mean, this is just... I mean, when our teammates are rolling 1s, there's just not much choice we have here. Yeah, I think we're pretty wrecked. I do need to look up what stress does again, because, like, I feel like... Okay, your accuracy, stress dice, starving, blah, blah, blah. I'm not worried about that. When your dice are rolled to start the cycle, your stress dictates if they take damage or not. Okay. So the dice take damage based on, so anything 3 or lower will take damage. Okay, fine. And so basically next turn, this die, like, this die, and this die are likely to break mathematically. And then this one will have 1 more health. So this is probably our last turn. He rolled 2 4s, she rolled a 4 and a 2. Or they rolled a 4 and a 2. All right, let's do this. Let's get lucky here. Another neutral outcome. I mean, we were successful, but he's out. He's out of the game now. So you can't see this? He's so stressed out, he's done. I don't think I got a single positive outcome. I think I only got neutral outcomes. So... yeah, she doesn't have this skill, so yeah, I think we're pretty much done, gang. We are pretty much done. Let's hope this gives us the cipher, and then we can unlock it. And then that's it. I wish we hadn't spent 2 days on the wrong thing. And now we have the cipher. Now we unlock it. This is it. Either we get it or we're done. Rec unlocked. We're still not there. We're still not there. Oh, engineer. Now that's a skill I have. So, okay. Let's... Again, neutral outcome, +1 stress. Like, we just can't get any luck today. Yeah. All right. 25% chance positive outcome, please. Neutral outcome. Man. This is the worst I've done. So today, in general, I started the stream with like 2 terrible days in a row just to like start things out. And then ever since then, I've gotten the best result I keep getting is neutral. I have very few positives. You know what? We're going to go with this. And I know this is a terrible idea, but it's now or never. Negative outcome. We actually got, yeah, we're done. So unless we roll 6s, we're actually completely done. So we just lost the game. Okay, this is it. Yeah, and we're like max stress, so like yeah. Okay, actually she rolled okay. So again, 25% chance of a positive outcome, neutral outcome. This is her last die because she's gonna die from stress. Negative outcome. Wow, just the 25% chance not hitting like 15 times in a row. It's now I'm annoyed. You know what I call this stream? Dice don't lie. The dice don't lie. We're just not doing it. If this is the end, then at least it's the end, but this is our last day regardless, because both of our companions are out. We broke all of our dice. Like, we're totally wrecked. Cargo bay door shutters open in silence. This is it, the final layer to pull back before you reach this mysterious prize. You can't help but feel excited. Focus on the job. Bask in your success. Wow. The door's open enough for a person to glide through now. Beyond, there is only the darkness of the cargo bay. You follow the headlamps in your suit lighting back dusty void and beyond. You see the boxes appear, excuse me, as if by magic. Out of the dark, Eugen glides past them. Does he not see them? You stop to take a look at the loot. The stack of 4 sealed boxes sit in the middle of the cargo, their armored exterior caked in dust. You wipe away the squint at the aging label. They look like industrial ship components. If we here hadn't spent the 2 days doing the wrong thing, which in hindsight it was the easy one, so that's probably they tricked me. That would have helped too, but this is the worst we've done on a mission, and this is not a hard mission, so I'm pretty worried. We're gonna need to start getting better dice roll and getting better percentage lucks. In the belt were the most tech hundreds of hands patched up, reconfigured. This is a solid hull, but not the kind of hull that gets crews fighting over it. Something doesn't add up. They aren't here, his voice cracks through the radio. What? Back wall of the bay, come see. Kick off from the crates and glide through the dark till you see the back wall of the cargo bay, and something that confuses you for a second. A black shape, a ragged circle. You squint inside, the tiny lights twinkle, and it takes you a moment, but you slowly realize that you're looking through a hole in the wall to the stars beyond. Something beat us to it. His voice is flat. They're long gone. Vesna? He points, looks at the edges. This was a long time ago. They punched in and took it. So they just broke through the wall and took it. We couldn't fly around and see that? I'm annoyed. What aren't you telling me? He turns back to you, face is pale towards headlights. Seems to be lost in words. Folks, Bliss voice comes to the suit. I've got Seraphin telling me Vesna's crew are heading this way, so whatever you've got in there, you want to keep it, grab it, or get it go. I'm already heading for the rig. I'll get the cargo bay open and prepare for your arrival, then pause. Don't dawdle. I'm going to take one last look. Scan the bay, thorough, build the floor of the hole, whatever this thing it was big and tied down. The crates, he nods. Let's grab them and go. Yeah. Glide back across the bay, your mind still racing with questions. Something about Eugen's reaction tells you he knew what he was expecting to find here. If that's the case, you think it's yet another lie he's told you. Every crew member we pick up just lies to us. You reach the crates, lash them together, guiding him through. As you do, you meet eyes, and he looks away. I really hope you 2 idiots are on your way back. Trips to the radio, because Vesna's boys are just about to reach that wreck you're on. We're inbound. Well, well, Seraphim gives you. Tell me then, what ancient and powerful treasure did you find on that thing? Gold? A Conway warhead? Nothing much. You better be joking. I'm not in the mood. You cross the debris field. You ship in silent, your eyes. Crap. Signs of Vesna's crew. You don't think they'd ambush you, but then again, you wouldn't put it past them. As you reach the cargo bay, you guide the crates through the open door. And you shoot him a final glance. Give me time, he says quietly over there. I'll explain in time. You consider pressing him, even shouting at him, but then you realize there'll be plenty of time for the journey back to the far Spindle. For now, you just want to get out of there. Yikes. That was rough. That better crew. I mean, I guess you could fail and not get the things we picked up, but I'm pretty beat up. Do I end cycle? No. You can now travel back to the hub. Once you do, you'll not be able to return. Leave. At least I lose 5 stress while traveling. That was bad. I hope we got like a lot of money. We're at 176. All of our dice are broke, by the way. Literally all of our dice. He responds to the journey far Swindle, avoid Seraphim at his best. It might be that he's afraid, but you get a feeling it's more likely he's made himself scarce out of genuine sense of regret. Seraphim, however, doesn't see his behavior so favorably. Slimy jerk. Won't even show his face. Seraphim complains loudly as he finalizes docking. Put us in a spacer's cruise site with no care for anyone but himself. I'm gonna stay silent. Let him rant. You hear the rustle movement behind you. In the cockpit doorway, a rare, serious expression on his face. I owe you all an explanation. Yes, you do. His voice is low and steady. Believe it or not, this was not my plan. Yeah, your plan was to find the loot in that wreck and split with it, wasn't it, big man? No, it wasn't. Hear him out, Seraphim. Bliss cuts in from the back of the cockpit. Vesna's been searching for a ship. Looks over the head of Spindle. An infamous ship. Seemed like she already had a ship. Not a rig. Eugen looks down towards him. A fraction drive ship, an interstellar ship. It seems to shut Seraphim up. And you don't blame him. An interstellar ship here in the belt? That's tech from the core systems. Why didn't you say? I shouldn't even be telling you now. Word gets out and there's a factory fresh faction ship somewhere in the belt. People killed for less. He shakes his head. Gangs killed for much less. You're telling me that there's a fraction ship that no one has ever found that's been sitting here since when? Shakes his head. Since the collapse? Believe it or not, that's exactly it. He looks at you. Vesna put me on the trail. She wanted me to find its location for repayment. He looks away, an old debt. But the moment I found the data that verified its existence, I confirmed the ship was out there. I couldn't give it to her. And that's when you found me. I should have given it to her and then your debt would have been paid and we wouldn't have to do that. Why keep it from her? Holds his arm. You may have met Vesna, but you don't know her. Eugen meets your eye. She's one of the last people in the belt who should have a ship like that. Well, no one has the ship now, if it even exists. Need I remind you that it wasn't there? Seraphim shrugs. Your data was a bust. Eugen shakes his head. It was there once. Those wrecks? Those were the ships that fought over the fraction ship. A bunch of Solum corporates who wanted to get out of the system when it all came down, and that ship was their ticket. The Athlon path, maybe? Eugen looks out at the far Spindle. It was there. But someone moved it. Hid it long before we got there. Sounds like a fantasy to me. I believe in the fantasy, Sleeper. Eugen inhales long and deep. I'm sorry, Sleeper. He looks at Bliss and Seraphim, and both of you as well. I wanted to keep this secret. I wanted to find the path, and I knew that if I did, you would understand. Still, I was wrong to manipulate you, and he bows his head. But I'm not done, he raises his head. I will find the ship, and I will leave the belt. How will you do that? Seraphim shoots him a sly look. With no ship of your own and Vesna at your back? Sleeper, I will uphold our deal. I will serve on your crew, and when I have news of the Alpha, you will know. How can I trust you? Only you can answer that. I'll give you my word. If it was worth anything. Seraphim turns to you. I know, I always say this. But this time you have to listen. Seraphim gestures to Eugen. This guy is no good. I know his type. Don't bring him. Well, I mean, he has one skill that I don't have. That's got to be worth something, right? That sounds a little pathetic, but you know what? You're in. You've got a lot to prove, he passes close as he leaves. You better get on with it. Nice. Alright. Eugen meets his eye but says nothing. Once Seraphim is gone, he looks at you and nods. Thank you. He turns to leave. Quite the ragtag group we've got here. Bliss nudges past you. I know you understand what a second chance means for you, Sleeper. They smile. But I'm glad to see you understand that others need the same. You stare at the cockpit and the lights of the far spindle. You hope he understands this was a mistake. Alright. You sigh, the monks need. Okay. Great. I got an upgrade point. I know exactly what I'm going to spend my next one on. It started as a creeping dullness, something that drew you further from the world cycle to sight, but now this moment's waking a shifting pain. It jumps across your body faster than you can know it and jerk against it. As you do, and numbness starts to spread across your skin. As if you were sinking into cold water, the pain dances across the numbness. But as if it was skimming the surface, but then you realize submerged, it becomes distance, and you're leaving this body, your frame. Whew. Let's drink a little. This is a lot of reading, and it is kind of like stressing out my voice a little bit. But that's okay. Okay. It's good practice. My water tastes kind of funny, and I don't love that. Okay, suddenly something pulses inside you. Some system you've never felt before. As it does, you feel your external frame. Remaining on the surface, you don't feel your limbs, your organs, you barely have thought. Your repulsing point, a compressed self, a flickering out. You see figures, unrecognizable shadows gathering around you. You feel a tug of a single thread binding you to your frame, keeping you from floating away. I wonder if this is like our sensation of being the human, because our mind, our body is like basically some place where we're like our real human self is somewhere, and the sleeper that we are is this robot body. Hey, JM, cool dude. Welcome in. So it almost seems like our mind is kind of going between both places. Your frame will recover, but it will change the cycle, and you bear the weight of keeping you alive. It will break some part of itself on yourself, so you must persist. Watch as it does and anticipates walking to this newly distorted self, and then you're awake, somehow together, somehow apart, in pain and a little more broken than before, not knowing if your survival is a miracle or a burden. We've got one, now we have a permanent glitch. A permanent glitch represents a red glitch clock and will not be expended when rolling a glitch dice. It will have a chance of rolling a glitch dice every cycle. This cannot be fixed. Cool. Just can't be fixed. Yeah, we're just like so busted. We're so beyond busted. Let's do a dice repair. Okay, it gave me all 3, and we have 5 of these, so that's not too bad. So The cargo that we got, I think we just got scrap, engine components, and rare components. We didn't even get any money on that job. And repairing dice gave me 1 glitch. So, yeah, we just have no dice to roll. We're like, yeah, we're in a bad shape. But all of our stress is gone. I don't know how all of our stress is gone, but I'll take it. And now we're going to have 2 glitch dice. Nope, 1 glitch dice. Sleeper, Seraphim catches your attention as you leave the ship. Can I have a minute? Of course. Why not? I've got nothing else going on. Seraphim ducks into a maintenance passage and waits for you to follow. Narrow passage framed by loose wires and thick conduit. Seraphim looks suddenly small and trapped. I kind of need a break from reading, and we just like mission to mission, and it's like just reading to reading to reading. This game does this. This happened last time where it's like it's a solid 25-minute block of just reading. I need that to be spread out a little bit better. Could just be how I happen to like go between the missions, but still. In the narrow passage, framed by loose wires and thick conduit, Seraphim looks suddenly small. Oh, I already said that. Avoiding your gaze, you see he's playing with a coin in his hand, nervously spinning the air. You're gonna grab coffee. Not a bad idea, aren't you? Coffee? Don't drink too much caffeine. Since we cleared Hexport, I've been putting feelers out there. He rubs his hand nervously. I've been in the belt a long time, and I came here alone, but back on Darkside, just before we made a break for it, I heard something. I heard someone was looking for me. He pauses, trying to organize his thoughts. Who's after you? I heard something else. They said the person looking for me claimed to be my sister. He waits for your reaction. You have a sister? I did, yeah, or I do. He shakes his head. But I don't even know if it's really her. Just because someone says they're my sister, well, I can't be sure. The thing is, I haven't seen my sister in a long time. I was still a kid when I left. So was she. Though I don't think she would have liked to admit it at the time. He smiles to himself. I know you don't remember how it was back in Darkside. I mean, but we were alone, you and me. Layton didn't let us out much, just work, and that was all. So when I overheard one of the guys mention someone was sniffing around, trying to find me, I didn't know what to think, he frowns. And then, hearing it could have been my sister, he goes quiet. You try to recall that time, the cycle spent under Lane's influence, working for him to exchange for stabilizers. You close your eyes, focus on the details flicker, the images collapse and reform. As Seraphim told you this before, was this all part of your plan? Was this all part of your plan? Wait, is this why you helped me escape? He shrugs. It changed things for me. The thought that she could be out there. Don't get me wrong. I wanted to get you out of there too, he pauses, and you sense he's finding it difficult. I know it doesn't matter now, but I told you about her back then, before. I'm sorry I don't remember. I trust him explicitly, so if he stabs me in the back, then, like, whatever. Then that's how this game ends. But just with everything we've been through, I trust him. I'm sorry I don't remember. It's okay, Sleeper, I understand. Since we got away, since Hexport, I've been asking around, speaking to spacers, traders, and like I said, something's finally come up. It seems whoever was trailing me from Darkside, pretty soon after Ustubo caught wind of her sniffing around. I doubt they made her feel very welcome, but I managed to get a name. The name she gave, Luz, wasn't my sister's. That doesn't mean much. It gave me something to follow. She bounced around the wash for a little while. Far Spindle, Flotsam. Oh, that's where we are now. It's Far Spindle. Not sure why. Squints with loose wire. The last thing she did was book a passage to Wellspring on a low-tick freighter. That's it. How do you know this? Mostly ship manifests and port records. A few favors to be quiet. I want to go to Wellspring, Sleeper, to know if it's really her. And if it isn't, to settle what needs to be settled. Yeah, I think so. Let's do it. Thank you, Sleeper. He meets your eye. We admit it's been strange reminding myself of everything we talked about back then. On Darkside, everything we did, it's lost now, he smiles. But I'm glad to see you're still you. I'm not sure I know who I am. Me either. Anyways, better get back to it. Squeezes past you in the corridor, glides towards you. Watch him go. Wonder, blah, blah, blah. Your mind wanders the thoughts of Seraphim's sister. For a moment, you wonder what it's like to have family. You'll never know. Okay, great. So, yeah, let's do that next. We're good on fuel, so let's get supplies. We did a quest for... Yeah, we did a quest. So this is Find Tech and Flotsam. This is a major quest. So we might want to do that one because that's worth 2 points. This is a major quest. That's worth 2 points, so never mind. We can do that. This is a minor quest. And this is a major quest. Okay. So really, any of these quests seem good. We have to use our dice today. So let's see if there's anything... Like, we've actually kind of... We inadvertently did a lot in this area. Yeah, I would like to... I guess I would like to get... Here, let's see what happens with this. I want to get more than just money. Just 14 money? Yeah, see, that's like, meh. Yeah, I wanted to see if we could get, like, if there was a chance we could get, like, rare components or something, but I don't think so. I don't really want to use my 0 dice. We don't need fuel, but we do need supplies. We'll go 3 supplies because we can get more. Yeah, these are just like jobs. Okay, well, you know what? Let's use our glitch dice. Positive outcome. We got an achievement. That's our first positive outcome with the glitch dice. Again, 20%. Which is 1 out of 5, and we've gotten 10 of those at this point. I don't know. We've been very unlucky. All right, we've got 1 more 6. I mean, there's kind of nothing we can do today with it. It is nice, like, after that mission that we got totally wrecked, now we actually have quite a few things, so that is kind of nice. -1 stress. Perfect. We didn't have any stress, but it's nice. Okay, yeah, where do we spend our last die? I don't know. I mean, I guess we could, like, unlock this eventually. Even a 6 only goes down to a 4 because we don't have that skill. Yeah, I don't think I just don't want to risk it. Okay, let's fill up. Okay, we're max energy. I guess we just do something that gets us money. I don't know. What was the other one? 13? What's this one give us? 11? Yeah, very strange how much money you get for these different skills. Alright. Let's do this quest. Travel to Wellsprings. How do we do that? Green Belt, the Hollow, Scatter Yards, Flotsam. Wait, where's Wellspring? Hold on. The quest has traveled to Wellspring. but I have literally no idea where that's at. The hollow. Is there more out here? Whoa. What am I missing? I'm clearly missing something. Green belt. Dark side. Okay, I'm gonna Google this real quick in case I'm just like missing something obvious. Citizen, such a weird word. Citizen Sleeper 2. Where is Wellspring? Okay, Wellspring is the Liftic-owned icy asteroid feature the giant scythe-shaped fissure on the surface train. To reach it, you typically route through the Wash, a passage connect Hollowgate to Holmes Rock, and then to Wellspring. What? So, I can't go here because of the asteroid, so I go Helen's Gate to Holmes Rock and then to Wellspring. Oh, duh. I didn't scroll up enough. All right, well, this is why we Google stuff. Like that was just our bad. Okay, well, is there anything here? Yeah, there's nothing here we need. I don't know if we can get through this, you know what I mean? Okay. Should I look this up? I'm going to look this up. Is this bad? I'm going to look it up. Citizen Sleeper 2. Okay, what's this called? I shouldn't start looking stuff up because once I do. Can you get through Holmes Rock from Flotsam? Is how you spell this? Flotsam. Okay, yes. Okay. I thought so because see this like gap in the asteroids. So that's what we're gonna do because we need to go to Flotsam anyways, and I do want to do this quest. So this is the plan. I don't know. It's hard to tell where Flotsam ends and the ship's parked on its many docking bridges begin. Just hate that I have a permanent glitch now. As Seraphin docks with the station, you realize that the rig now looks just like any other piece of accumulated technology. One more bit of driftwood added to the rift. I love this place, Seraphin smiles. Then he shuts down his engine. You never know what you're going to find. You've been here before? Yeah, back when I first came to the belt. The crew I signed on with used to run salvage jobs out of here. Fun place to spend your wages. You see Bliss eyeing the station on what looks like both horror and fascination. You see the seals? They point out some twisted assemblage of the parts. Total cowboy welds. They could pop at any moment. Seraphin waves away the concern. Oh, that's just the outer layer. I heard there's 6 or 7 in all. So if one fails, it's no problem. He stretches and turns to you. Welcome back. You gotta taste some of the stuff they grow in old Takahi. Maybe? I don't know. He kisses his finger. That's good stuff. Oh, great, Bliss signs. So many layers of redundancy and fallbacks that you have no hope of isolating the leak or fixing it. They'll wrap their wall of the rig. Sounds like a ship I know. Defend the rig. Seraphin joins in. The two of you shoulder to shoulder. She got you out of here, didn't she? He shrugs at Bliss. No sense of gratitude. I was joking. Bliss looks a little hurt and then drifts to the cockpit, shaking their head. You're going to follow, but Seraphin puts a hand on your shoulder. Sleeper. Remember what I said about getting checked out? If there's artificers all over the place. Yeah, I know. We have a quest to do over here. That's why we're here. Good. I'm going to go see if any of my old haunts are still open. He drifts out of the cockpit with the mock salute. Catch you later. You're alone in the cockpit with a view of Flotsam chaotic structure. You look over the multicolored plating. It does, you admit, have a certain charm. Okay. Well, while we're here, let's go ahead and let's do this quest. We've had some pretty mediocre dice rolls, so let's see. Great. Engineering. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to start off with a negative. Let's hope. Let's get lucky. 20%. Negative outcome. Okay. Let's hopefully get a positive outcome now. Positive outcome. New location discovered. That's what we wanted. Ooh, what? What? What is happening here? Take recovery contract. Okay. For few chits, he'll give you the coordinates. Okay, so I pay 8 and I get a contract. Oh, and it's a safe contract. We haven't done a safe contract before, so that sounds like just kind of a job. You know what? Let's go ahead and get that. Make a purchase. Yeah, I like the idea of a safe contract. And then buy a meal. Okay, 15. So I'm guessing that's going to give us like 3 or 4 energy, so let's not do that yet. And let's keep going here. Get lucky here. Engineering we're proficient in. Neutral outcome, that's okay. New location discovered. Wow. Okay, this is to buy scrap components, fuel, perfect. And let's do another one. Positive outcome. Positive outcome. So we didn't quite get it. New location discovered again. This looks like, okay, we can work. Buy supplies, fill supplies. Okay, great. We covered all the bases. Did we do this? Let's do it. This is a bad idea. I shouldn't have done this. I regretted it instantly. Neutral outcome. We actually did okay. So we got a +1. I think we got lucky there. All right, let's call it a day. Do we want supplies or fuel? Let's go fuel. This gives a chance for our teammates to like gather stuff. So we were at 6, and now we are at 7. Okay, good dice roll, but we of course have the 1 glitch die now that's permanent. Let's do this. Let's use our lowest die. That way if we get a neutral, we're still good. We got a neutral, and we're still good. Now let's unlock some stuff here. The chaos of Flotsam intrigues you. Passage to passage, it's the most incoherent place you've ever visited. Plating, cladding, and cushioning of all kinds and conditions. Hides of, forest of wires and ducts, interfacing in ways their manufacturers would never dream possible. Rooms are crushed, cargo bays, flipped bridges, and eviscerated engine rooms. Patchwork corridors are lumpen with messy welds, bending worrying along their length. It is, to put it nicely, a total mess. And it's not that you don't like it, but finding an artificer among this chaos has been more than a little challenging. This cycle, searching these winding passages once more, seeing only scrap merchants and junk shops. Yep, I found those. You'll have to begin wondering if Seraphin had any idea what he was talking about when he advised you to come here. A sleeper. A voice cuts through the pungent air. Well, I never. I instantly trust this person. Is that bad? You glance at the voice in your direction. Look at yourself as a small booth, piled with tech. Behind a fogged and scratched plastic screen is a meticulously arranged counter. The only clear spot in sight. At it, an older man with wet, wandering eyes sits neatly. Approach the booth. Gene Me tilts his head. I didn't mean to be rude, please, and he bows a little. That's okay. He smiles warmly, almost bowing again. His hutched shoulders insinuating the movement. How? He pauses, taking care with his speech now. How are you feeling, sleeper? He beckons you a little closer. I'm Gene Mitchell, though you can call me Gene Me. Gene Me? I work with machines. He sweeps a hand above the counter and you see the configuration of tiny parts, mostly small ones. I'm not great. Of course. He chops his hand to indicate a stool. with the leg bar meant for perching beside his counter. And such is the clarity and persuasiveness of his movements that you obligingly sit. Your presence is a rare honor. He smiles and looks down into his lap. I'm sorry if I make you uncomfortable. I'm just very pleased to see you. That's okay. He looks up, very kind of you to say. I can see your journey to me has not been easy, he says with genuine concern. You track his eyes across your body, noticing the scruff marks on your thick vinyl-like skin, the replaced and broken parts of your body, the marks of violence. You pull your jacket a little tighter. Jinmi folds his hand, one over the other, and places them on the counter. I do not know what your experiences have been, but I want to assure you that I see you as a person, a being, a soul, shall we say, and as valid as any other. Look at Jinmi, his own age and wear also evident, a life of precise and careful work, shaping his body into a reflection of his process. You note his unconfident way of speaking, which betrays a certain loneliness, a lack of practice. It is his turn to feel observed. How do you expect me to respond? He looks away. I'm sorry, I don't think I'm expressing myself well. He looks down at the counter and begins to take apart a tiny piece of machinery that sits there. Many years ago, when I began my apprenticeship, we got this. We'll get there eventually. I would find whatever I saw something that, how do you say, was not working well, was fixated on that and its repair. He tinkers with the parts, twisting them precisely. Of course, the belt is filled with this kind of dysfunctional detail. And so I was busy for many years with these small fixes. He smiles, reminiscing. But now, I find that when I'm interested in a thing that's not working as it should, he sharply twists one of the parts between his fingers. It's because I might have some quality not yet foreseen or discovered. He releases the altered object into the air, where it twists and display and spinning the top whose movements are totally unpredictable. He smiles at you, watching his hypnotic toy. I can see that you're in the process of becoming, Sleeper. Catches the spinning toy between his fingers. Let me aid you in this. What do you mean? His nice hand drops the device to his neck. He deftly pulls a pair of goggles to the face, masking his wet eyes. Hold still, Sleeper. Something flickers inside the goggles. Their face blank. Jinmi hands play across buttons and switches exterior tuning. What are you doing? He holds up a single stubby finger and continues his work. When the goggles are finally lowered, they reveal a look of concern. I think you better come inside. He kicks off his desk and disappears. A moment later, you hear a rattle on a small bulkhead door. Besides the booth that you had assumed was rusted shut, creaks open, and he beckons you inside. His workshop is even more cramped than you expected. As you entered, you're surrounded on all sides with netting, holding bundles and bundles of terminals and servers and drives and cables at its center. A padded seat and a set of articulated arms mounted as sensors will fill the space. I feel like I should tell somebody I'm here. Like, I do trust this guy to help me, but should I tell somebody I'm here? Take a seat. I'll sit. You tentatively settle in the seat, slipping your arms to the feet, meant to keep you from floating out to 0G. Floats beside you. He looks across your body. There is damage here. I see that. We will get to that. But I see something else here. This is why you came. He looks at you solemnly. Yes. Though I've never met a sleeper, I've studied them. I was lucky to acquire some materials from Essence ARP some time ago. In the interest of my own endeavors, he begins arranging a series of sensors around you and articulated arms. You are pleasingly distinct from those materials. His eyes flash with excitement. I am right to think you have been modified. I rebooted myself. Yes, I see that your dependency on stabilizer, on the immune recording portion of its makeup at least, has been broken. He gives you a precise look, but that's not all. You're physically modified, not externally, but internally. Carefully positions a final sensor. Your tracker is disabled, which makes you impossible for the Essence ARP to find you. Congratulations, he smiles proudly. But this is not all. You've been modified. Yes, but you are also being modified as we speak. You feel a strange claustrophobia as Jimmy's statements. Modified? Seraphim rebooted your system, ran the recording protocol, but that shouldn't have physically changed. You only removed your planned obsolescence. That can't be right. Then you were not aware, he nods. I'm sorry to hear that. Jimmy goes to the terminal and flicks a switch. Through the back of the translucent screen, you see a noddle web in the vague shape of a sitting body, your body. These changes appear to be complex, subtle, but consistent. Silently taps at a terminal. The representation of your body rotating and unfolding in unsettled motion. What changes? See here, he points at a flickering representation of your spine. I don't think it's Seraphim. Seraphim wanted me to come here, so I don't think it's them. Tracing a line towards your head, your nervous system is growing additional nodule points here and there. Meanwhile, your emulation interface is growing an umbilical access port, though towards what end I'm unsure. You instinctively reach back and touch the base of your head. As you do, skin flickers and screeches with noise. You feel for something there growing under your thick vinyl skin. You can feel a lump, or is it just your imagination as you pick at it? Jimmy sighs and shuts off the terminal. The changes are partial, and in all honesty, he gestures sharply at the sensors. The resolution too poor. I need to run a full diagnostic. For that I would need... He drifts off into the terminal and brings up a screen of text and diagrams. Yes, some kind of medium to hold your suspended emulation. The access jack I can build myself, but I will need to bridge your emulation. He speaks quietly, almost to himself. A ship mind would be ideal for this. Would have high capacity, a prime ship mind, solemn in origin, perhaps Hellion Gate, that's where I'm going next, holds the records of that kind of system. He taps at the terminal. Jimmy turns back to you. Yes, the prime ship mind is essential if you wish further investigations to be done. I will need this above all, thumbs the terminal. I'm sorry to say. Can you tell me more? Accurately, no. He meshes his fingers in front of his chest. It's clear that the process has begun, but has yet to complete. Usually when I play games, I'm talking the whole time anyways, but this is a lot more talking than that even. My voice is getting tired. Jimmy busies himself with taking down the sensors and folding away the articulating arms. As he does, you try to calm yourself. You feel as if you have worms under your skin. It takes all your focus not to pick at the seams. I wonder if Liam knows this about me, which is why he's like chasing me, like I'm becoming something else. Jimmy suddenly but gently places a hand on yours. Please remain calm. He puts you carefully, restores your rare components in your hand. This can help you. Oh, thank you. Does that get rid of my one permanent glitch? That'd be ideal. He waits for you to fall still, and then he leans back a little, relieving some of the strange intimacy of the moment. For now, our work is concluded. He meshes his fingers again and bows with a small bob. You're welcome anytime. I have to think. Yes, I understand this. His manner seems to have returned to somewhat more businesslike, a humble man who knows his customers' needs. You get up from the seat. Safe travels, sleeper, Jimmy says quietly, placing the promised list in your hand as he lets you back to the station. You leave dazed, unsure how to feel about the insistence of this man's particular kindness, but most of all haunted by the idea of unseen processes that you're running within you. Part of you doesn't wish to know anything further, to leave this place and never look back, and another is desperate to immediately retrieve every object on this list so you may know what strangeness is happening within you. For now, you must steady yourself and find a way to continue. Okay. Now we gotta talk to Seraphim about everything we just talked about. Oh boy. If they make a Citizen Sleeper 3, having like a professional read the dialogue would maybe be nice. I'm very like tired of reading. Seraphim comes to find you in your bunk. After Jamie's assessment, you find yourself drifting back towards the rig, in need of a familiar and comfort of your own ship. Sleeper, he drifts to you. Found an artificer, he hovers the door. Explain, yes, explain everything. You tell him about Jamie, offered to repair you, ran an assessment of your frame, you described the cramped booth, the articulated arms, the strangeness of being in your own body. On the terminal screen, excuse me. Then you tell him that your body is changing, growing in ways that Jamie can't identify. And the process has been started, and you don't know where it will end. You mention umbilical cords and nodule points, trying to find your best to remember the details of the thing Jamie asked you to retrieve. Seraphim grows pale and silent. He shakes his head when you stop talking. Lane, he frowns. That piece of jerk has to be behind this. Jamie didn't say. He wouldn't know. But I know that piece of jerk. And I know he'd do something like this. We'll get you what you need. We'll find the ship mine, he nods. A bit of work here and there, and we can make it to Hilling Gate and whatever else. What about your stuff? We'll do that too, he thumps the wall. We're free, Sleeper. No one can stop us. Just say the word, okay? And he goes quiet. Don't give up on yourself just yet. Let's get back to it. Okay. You wait a little while, staring at the blah blah blah. Days, strong determination in your chest. Perfect. So now I need to go to Hilling Gate. I mean, that doesn't really surprise me that much, that this was... I feel like there was a lot to do here. So we need a ship mined. I think we got like 4 of those in the first game at one point. I don't know. Okay, lots of integration, meshing systems as well as scrap. The integrators will pay for anyone skilled with meshing networks. Okay, so let's do this. Well, too high of a chance to fail. Let's do this. I think I get money and scrap. Raw scrap. Okay, that's okay. It's a positive outcome. So that's money and scrap. I like that. I like that a little bit more. And then let's see what this one is. So same thing. That's fine. So it's just based on what skill you have. We can buy an engine component. That's this thing here. These cost 50 and we have 3. So that's good. That's how we repaired all of our dice and only got like 1 glitch, so it's not too bad. Okay. Work the hydrodocks. So that is just for money. Okay. I say we just head out like right now. Let's do this job that's labeled safe. Actually, before we do this, we need max supplies just in case. Because if you run out of supplies for whatever reason, then you're going to... Alright, we actually don't need max fuel. Where do I get supplies? Your supplies, okay. If you run out of supplies, you start to get stressed from like lack of food. Okay. Now we have 2 points. We learned our lesson. We're going to spend this on reducing a stress. So we push the focus, we get +1 stress. If we are successful, we get -2 stress. So that's what we needed. And probably, honestly, if I get another one, I'll probably just push cost glitch, not stress. I don't want that at all. I would probably have stress effect on neutral and positive outcome. Minus stress effect. So I'll probably take this one. So But at the same time, maybe we save up for 4 points and max out engineering or get plus endure or plus interface, something like that. Actually, plus endure might work because it feels like the game is built around not our character. Okay. So we don't need to end this cycle. Well, hold on. I have a 4. Let's not waste a 4. Yeah, what can I do with a 4? Sure. Neutral, plus 8. And then let's eat. The meal's a little expensive. It's 15. Yeah, it's plus 4, that's why. But I don't want to start off hungry. And we're down to 145. So let's hope this job pays. Let's go. Confirm my crew, the 2 out of 2 people that I have. So this is the first job that I've seen that is safe. I don't know what that means. And I also thought the glitch would always be in the same spot, but it's not. It just has always been. Your hands where you can see them. Voice crackles over the open channel of your suit comms in nearby stranded rig. You slow your approach. As little as move towards the ship. A shape of lumpy skeletal distance in the sun. This is a warm welcome. Bodes well for the rest of the job. This is considered a safe contract? Look at the stranded ship ahead. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're here to help. Well, I figured that. The voice was otherwise. I would have put a hole in that shiny rig of yours. You arrive at the side of the rig, inspecting the damage as you do. Half the hole, plating, the big chunks. Okay, you see the feeling this is not what you're here to fix. Airlock opens, and you move inside the interior. All exposed wires and metal framework. The system wheezes and shudders and cycles. No, boy. A haggard salvager. Nothing of value here, so if you're looking to steal something, you're welcome to it. He greets you plainly inside the rig. You do the work that's needed, and I'll let you take your half of the haul. Straight to business, I see. Ain't that what you're here for? Yes. Fine. What don't you want? Here's the short of it. Engines conked out on me, and I'm no engineer. Oh, I am an engineer. Can usually get her going, but this time no dice. I have 5 dice. I can't tell if this is, like, intentionally funny. She looks between you and the rest of the crew. Surprised there's so many of you, to be honest. Bliss smiles sympathetically. Sorry about that, but don't worry. I've worked on these engines before. They'll give Alma a wink. Handle this. They give Alma a wink, sorry. Don't be so sure. All right. Central core of the ship snakes away. Rather than the rig's stock engine, a singular block of double turbine with feed lines between them. Alma's engine is a mess of piping and feed lines, linking up to multiple raw components welded in the interior frame of the room. Your eyes widen at the sight. Been adding to her since I was young, Alma smiles. Might look a mess, but she purrs when she's running. Bliss shakes her head slowly. Oh, sleeper. It let out a puff of air. This is going to be special. Alright. I don't care what the haul is. We'll do what we can. Hope you aren't time wasters. Honestly, I'm starting to skip dialogue. My voice is getting really tired. That's the haul. She taps the glass. As good, as fine as I've seen. The hall is a building? Building and all. Alma screws up her face. What, you too good for scrapping? By rights, that building is mine. Scrapper's claim. Alma scratches her mess of a hair. But you help me get her running, and you're welcome to take what you want from it, up to the maximum of 50% of raw mass, that is. We have to extract it ourselves. So we help you and we do all the work? You can't even take half that. She looks you up and down, and you can feel the first acknowledgement you're being a sleeper. I doubt it'll trouble one of you. Anyways, you're leaving with nothing unless my girl here is back in shape when you're done. So get to it. Okay, good rolls over here for Bliss. Bad roll over here. Decent rolls for me. Okay. Alma's rig. So that's going to be engineering room facility. Okay, so we're scrapping and repairing. Okay, so Endure is really, this guy is the only guy that's good at it. Let's go for it. Negative outcome. Good start. You know what? Here. You got a 50-50 chance. Another negative outcome. This is just like the last mission, where we fail every 50-50. Cool. Alright. I guess I'll go now. 50-50 for me. A positive. Yay! So we need 3 positives. Let's try a 4. I'm not loving this. I'm not loving my odds here. Positive. Okay. Sort of loving that. Let's go. Before I do push, I could do a push and guarantee on that one. Let's go over here. This is engineering, which is what we thought. And so let's go ahead and do this because, like, we're good engineering and she's good engineering. Okay, so it looks like I'm betting. Okay, that's fine then. So sorry, is this one risky? Yeah, it's risky. This is dangerous. Okay. So let's get this one done today. 25% chance of failure. Come on. Okay, neutral. Neutral is fine. The only problem with neutral, though, is now if I do another one and fail, then I won't have it done today. So, okay. Let's use our push because it's a guarantee positive and then we lose our stress. Let's make sure that's right. That's right. So we're good. We're good. Could have just done that in the first place. Now this is going to open up something else. Nice pile you got there. Announce the whole channel will make scrappers of you kids yet. The scrap will earn you a pretty penny if you know what you're doing, she continued. Holmes Rock's always a good place to offload. I'll give you that for free. That's where we're going next. No. Is it? I think that's where we're going next. You look at the stack of ragged torch blades. Actually, hold on. Yeah, I think we're going to Holmes Rock next, regardless. So, because we're going to help Seraphim's quest. You look at the stack of... So maybe we hold on to all the scrap and sell it there. Torch plates as they load up the rig. Thanks. You earned it, and glance over your shoulder at the cockpit Alma's rig where you can see her watching. What is this place? There's a click on the open channel that closes. Alma seems to take a moment to consider a response. She clears her throat. How about you tell me what you think, Sleeper? How about a Solon facility? Oh, hell no. This place ain't old enough or solid enough to be from before the collapse. Plus, those old corporate types prefer much grander projects than this tin part. Alma goes quiet for a minute. You feeling there's more to be said? You see the old arrays on the far side? You turn the rock towards the broken frames of the panel. Those were the first priority. Get power running, recharge the cells for the excavators and the welders. Turn the scrap into something livable. Look at them now. They look like they were scattered by careless hand, discarded with not much thought. The comm channel clicks off, and you see with a distant silhouette of Emma drift from the view, the cockpit of a rig. You turn back to see the scrap has been loaded into your ship. You're half of the haul. Though you suspect this place is more than a haul to Alma. Okay. So, yeah, and now we're one layer deeper into the ruined facility. I wonder if I just, like, go for it? 80-20? Oh. Action unavailable. Oh, I have to do this? Raw materials. So that's done, but I also have to do hidden treasures? You know what? 20% chance. Let's do it. I'm feeling lucky now. I was wrong. That's okay. We'll reduce our stress tomorrow. All right. Let's end cycle. So we need to repair the ship and get the scrap. And so my theory is we have to repair the ship. That's just a must. So this is like the bonus, like getting farther into this. 2 6s over here, which is great, and then a 6 and a 2. So that's good. We've already maxed this one out, so now we need this one, which he can't do. She can do okay, and I can do okay. So not amazing. I, however, am very good at engineering, but he can do this pretty good, so let's do that. Okay, +2. You want to risk it? You want to risk it, dude? 50-50? His stress is so high. I don't know that we want to risk it. Yeah, let's do it. 50% neutral. Neutral gives plus stress. I didn't realize that, so we actually did okay. So because I can do this, I can use my 3s, which would be a little risky. I can do a push. Let's just do that now. Let's just use our push now, knock down our 2 stress. Just like be done with that. We could use one of her 6s there and guarantee it. But I also want this. So can you do this? Yeah, let's use your 6s here. Yeah, this makes more sense because I can use mine on that other one and get things going. But she's got 2 6s. She can use this one. Wow, you're still alive. Hope it's going well. Well, I hope your situation goes well too. Do you mean I'm still alive, like in the game I'm successful, or that I'm still alive, like I'm broadcasting? It's only 10:40. We'll probably be done after this mission. I don't really want this to like keep stretching on, but like I'm enjoying the game, but yeah, it's like how many parts are we gonna be? Oh, 3 parts, 4 parts, I don't know. I feel like we haven't really scratched the surface still on a lot of this. Okay, so I'm going to do this one, and I know it's a 50-50 chance here. Oh, that's not what I wanted. The neutral outcome is suboptimal. Now this one I have a chance of failing. Okay, we got another neutral outcome, and we did it, so that's actually kind of ideal. Gather Alma's rig, engine tested. The engine room purrs and chitters. It seems to warm the sound of the engine with a polyrhythmic vibration that rattle through the open frame of the interior. Look over Alma and you see her eyes are closed, a small tremble in the corner of her mouth. Look at the engine, Alma's engine, an object you have come to respect over the past cycles. Literally only 2 cycles. Even you haven't necessarily grown to love it. It is, as you see now, a difficult thing to love. Okay. It's unwieldy, unnecessarily so, an accumulation of parts, and you'll never be able to replace. It's uncooperative, and oh, do we have like 50 pages of a description of the engine? Like, let's go. And yet, despite all this, it's an object you feel close to. We're still talking about the engine, folks. This is like 9 pages of engine talk. It's not that big of a deal. We've only been here for 2 cycles. This is giving the attention to something that took 20 dice to solve, and not 6. You too are a machine that has become a story, and a story has grown beyond its ability to understand it. You look over Alma again, and Bliss is there beside her. You can see them talking. The engines are running, you cannot hear them. You watch for a moment. Bliss is patiently listening as, in faltering words, Alma explains something to them. Bliss nods, and then suddenly they embrace, gently and with care. Oh. Bliss pushes back, and soon the moment has passed. It seems like it might not have happened at all. Nothing in the 2 figures' attitude portrays the act, and the room seems unchanged. You try to remember if you have seen them speaking now. But you recall there are many moments where you are not with Bliss. As you watch Alma approach, you realize the engine is just not special to you. But between her and Bliss might have been a bridge, a unique kind of respect. That's the job, Sleeper. I'll approach you from the other side, and you know where the payment is to be found. What will you do now? I believe that's my business, she bristles. I'll need to find somewhere quiet to resupply soon, but I don't think you'd like my usual haunts. She gives you a sly look. I appreciate your system. You're welcome to take whatever you want from the hangar if you haven't already. You seem knowing, shimmer eyes. Now I must kindly ask you to leave my ship. As the airlock cycles, you look across Bliss and swear you see a tear in her eye. What did Alma say? Bliss turns to you, she said. She just reminded me of why I do what I do, why I fix things. There's a beauty in it. Find yourself drifting away. You realize as you gauge the broken remains of the facility that Alma never took any of her haul away. You turn back and squint the cockpit. You see her there. You look across the wasteland, still as a statue. Okay, alright. So, we solved the contract is complete, the thing we needed to do, and now we can... I actually just literally can't use that one. And now we try to get these hidden treasures, which we should be able to do tomorrow. Between my 4 dice and the 4 more dice, 8 dice, we should be able to get at least 1 6. I do like to jinx myself, don't I? We didn't get a single 6. In fact, it's 1 2 3 3 2 2 2 5. So, like, here we go. Positive outcome on a 5. Great. So, I don't remember what this was before, but now it's 12, and I think that's quite a bit higher. So I think we did get some scrap there. I would love some engine components. There's a hiss and a rush of stale air as the sealed bay deep in the facility tunnel opens for the first time in years. The beams of your suit lamps reach into the dark, picking out waves of dust and debris, and they reveal a small bay big enough for the shuttle, but not big like a rig like yours. Oh, police had to come remove someone, and one of the police cars got stolen? Sounds like you've had a busy night. I was sort of wondering where you went, but I know things come up in your job. Oh. Sounds fun. Yeah, I had a spreadsheet not save, so that was also kind of a big deal. So, like, same situation, I understand. I was able to recover it, though. But it was still, for a minute there, I was a little worried that it didn't save. As you move around, looking at the sections of plates in the open frame, you realize it's a ship, or at least it was. Oh, good. I would really like some ship parts. These are engine components. These are very valuable. This frame filled with rusted components and partially covered with old hull plates suggests a fast ship, an arrowhead designed to cut through debris and even atmospheres. You float up a little to its central cylinder, and lamps reveal a cockpit outfitted for 2 people. One sat behind the other. Yeah, no, thanks for sharing. I'm glad you have a little bit of time, but it sounds like you're still going to be busy with that for a while. The seats are carefully upholstered, and you realize this was a labor of love. The whole ship, in fact, seems built by hand, a custom model with little function out, looping the asteroids. Was this the person whose ship we just repaired, like job a long time ago, was working this? Looking closer, brushing away the surface, you see flames painted on the hull. Plates and curling patterns of brushstrokes visible after what must be many years. As you inspect the half-finished ship, a sense of quiet wonder keeping you silent. You notice a glint towards its rear. You approach and you see an engine, all interlocking tubes and flared vents. It's unlike any you've ever seen, but the holes in its side suggest it may never have been finished. Those hold a source of glint. You reach out and pull out some strange-looking engine components, each pristine and complex. I don't know what my number was before, but it's 3 now. Did I grab some? You hesitate for a moment, suddenly feeling you shouldn't disturb such an intimate object. But it occurs to you that nothing would please the person who built the ship more than seeing those handmade components put to use. You secure them in your soup and push away. As you leave the bay, You turn and take one last look at the treasure inside. It's possible that it never flew, or perhaps it was in the middle of an extensive refit when this place was abandoned. Either way, flying years have been long since past, and now, with the bay open, it will corrode much faster, melding with the anonymized scrap of this place in mere cycles. You suppress a shiver, and then start your journey back to the surface, aware of the components dangling by your side. Oh, I got 2! It went from 3 to 5. That's really good, because I need those. Okay, great. That's literally everything. That's awesome. Yep. And we ended with no stress. Don't end cycle. We want to leave. -5 stress back, but we have no stress. I like that. That was a safe contract because it wasn't part of the storyline. So it was like, it was cool. I was just able to go loot and do stuff, you know? That's kind of nice. That's nice. And here we are with our dice. The cycles ends when we travel, so like we might as well. Yeah, we need to go here for our quest, but that's fine. Yeah. So let's use our dice here. We might as well. Let's buy some fuel. And I think we sell scrap at the other place. I don't know. Yeah, we want to just use our dice and like, I don't know what the most money is. Probably something dangerous. We got risky. That's it. This is a pretty small station. I kind of like that. Like, there's all these different places you can go, but they're actually like kind of small. This is pretty much, we did the quest here. So I actually really like that the game, this is not an open world game. We don't want an open world game at this point. Okay, everything's just risky. So what's the skill that I have the best of? They're all the same. Okay. Well, not that I'm gonna come back here, but that's 8 plus raw scrap. What's this one? 8 plus raw scrap? Okay. And then this one is, we might not be successful at this one, so let's find out. 8 plus an energy. Okay, that worked out. Now we're energy. I don't really want to risk my 2 dice here. I kind of wish there was, like a dump stat, which is like sort of what this is, to like reduce your stress. Like but I wish there was some more safe ones. It's just like, hey, if you have a 1, give it a shot here. Like, you know, your chances aren't very good, but it's not gonna hurt you. I think that'd be nice. But yeah, let's go. We can't go here. But we can go here. Wow, that actually is almost all of our fuel. So before we do that, I'm going to set my team to scavenging fuel. They already are. Okay. Let's go. And I think this will be the last thing we do, which is fly over here today. Made a lot of progress. So we're probably going to have dialogue anywhere from 5 minutes to an hour right now. And I don't know how long it's going to be. But I think we'll get through this, and then I think this seems like a good place to end. I like these little space stations, so I hope this one kind of equally doesn't have a ton to do. Sleeper, Bliss speaks quietly. Can we talk? Glance over at Seraphin over his head, back, her eyes closed, the rig cuts through the empty space. You don't seem to be needed here. You unclip from your harness and follow Bliss. How are you doing? That's over your shoulder. Question takes you aback. Can't remember a time anyone actually asked. Real intention. I'm feeling rough. Bliss shoots a concerned look. To be honest, Sleeper, I'm not sure how you're still standing. Breaking out a dark side and then again a hexaport, those things take a toll. Bliss turns a corner, so I think it's okay to feel rough right now. Bliss leads you off to the main corridor into the workshop. Oh, I would love if you can remove this permanent glitch, even though the game literally says it's permanent and there's nothing you can do. It's small, but neatly arranged tools and sloped walls feel cozy. See improvements everywhere. New tools, new equipment. Great. Bliss notices you're looking at her upgraded setup. I told you it'd be worth taking along. Never doubted it. Well, that's a lie. Feels good to hear, though. Anyways, I didn't bring you here just to brag, or at least just to brag. They suddenly glance away, the atmosphere in the room shifting. I can see your body is showing strain, Sleeper. I brought you here so we could do something about it. They beckon you towards a workbench, where you both settle on stools. They flick on a small light and aim it at your arm. Let them look. Cradles your arm, turning and inspecting the underside. You see tears and holes in the vinyl skin and dark moving things beneath. Watch Bliss work. You look at Bliss, brings the light closer to the biggest tear, glints off the metallic tendons in your forearm. Below them, you see something more fluid and wet catching the light. You know, you aren't the first Sleeper I've met. Bliss talks when they are inspecting the rest of your arm. I actually partner with one of my old repair bay on the eye. Feels like 100,000 cycles ago now, but I remember them. Their precise work, their quiet enthusiasm. There was something calming about their presence. They were different to you, just like one person is different to another, I suppose, but I can't help but remember that time. I was a different person then, that's for sure. They meet your eye. I'm going through something of a transformation myself. What do you mean? Bliss lays both arms down and leans forward to inspect your upper chest, adjusting the light. I was pretending before, I think, to be a person I was expected to be. You press along the hard protrusion of your clavicle. There were so many calculations I was making, so many corrections. How I held myself, how I spoke, how I reacted. You push gently against each of your metallic ribs one at a time. I didn't realize how tired I was until they stopped and back up, until I gave up. I came here to the belt with someone else, and when I did, I realized that was my chance to become something new. So I let go of everything. It was messy, ugly, and the person I came here with, I let them go too. I was punching out at everything because it felt like everything was holding me back, stopping me from changing who I was owed, to change who I was owed. Don't worry, they smiled weakly. I'm calmer now. I'm not about to explode on you or anything. It's still a difficult process, but it feels like shedding 100 suffocating skins that you spend half your life putting on one by one. Feels like an escape. They lean forward, check the skin of your shoulders, where it's worn and faded. You let them, the atmosphere quiet and calm in the workshop. A feeling of solidarity glowing somewhere in your frame. Not bad, Sleeper. You're holding up well given everything. Bliss folds her arms in front of you protectively. But I'm still concerned. There's still some decline in your system functions. Let's keep an eye out for components. Thank you. It's no problem. I owe you for jolting out of whatever my life had become in far Spindle. You leave Bliss in the workshop. Sounds like maybe she was like, or they were like coming out, or maybe it's like a sexuality thing, understanding like who they are. They go by a gender neutral, term. So it's kind of like, I wonder if that's it. I wonder if that's what they're saying. Like they just didn't feel who they were, and now they're like feeling a little bit more who they were. That could be it. It could be interesting. As you do, you think in your relationship with your own body, this frame you were forced into that never quite felt like your own. You realize that this feeling is not unique to you. No one gets to choose their body. Everyone has to be content with the entropy of their flesh. And now in that realization, you suddenly feel less alone. Okay. Here we go. The rig. Your refuge in the belt. Lumpen and cratered, Holmes Rock floats on the sunward side of the belt. Its only notable feature is the bright shapes of its solar rays angled towards the system's distant star. Can't even dock the rig here, Seraphin nods at the bright shape of Holmes Rock's lone docking bay. Oh, excuse me, won't fit. We have to park here and go out the airlock. He seems repulsed by the idea. What is this place? Was a solemn relay station once. Now it's a way station of some sort. Seraphin squints at the rock. Never heard of much happening here, really. Barely seems worth the trip now. Bliss speaks up from the back of the cockpit. You never know. I guess. Don't expect me to turn up any jobs while we're here. Literally, we have to get here to go around. I'll come down. Don't feel like squeezing into a suit right now. Bliss gives a lazy waves out of the cockpit. Eugen pokes his head into the cockpit. That rock down there got a bar? He looks between you and Seraphin. No idea. Looks dead. Eugen squints at the cockpit. I see a few warm lights, he shrugs. I bet there's a bar. He disappears in the direction of the airlock. You gaze over Holmes Rock. So we just shoot out the airlock? Wild. It certainly doesn't look very exciting, but there's refueling to be done, and maybe more besides you. That's true, we also do need to buy fuel. We might even be able to scare up a hot meal. You know, Sleeper, that low-tech freighter means we aren't far from Wellsprings. I know, Seraphin gives you a sideways glance. Your sister, I haven't forgotten. That's literally why we're here. Alright, I appreciate it. I've heard the pressure of the war in the inner system is having an effect on how Low-Tech Syndicate is being run. Just want to get there before something big goes down. He turns back to his console. There's no clock. I wonder if there's a clock on the number of cycles before, after he tells us his sister. I think we've gone just about as fast as we can do to get there. You look at the low-tech freighter, painted the same distinctive yellow as the Spindle back on the far Spindle. You've heard the supply most of the water of the belt. Not exactly an organization you want to collapse. A light catches your eye beyond the rock. A warm flash is gone as soon as it appears. But you're at the sunward edge here, and beyond the inner system. Holmes Rock might look sleepy, but it lies on the shores of a corporate war, something residents will be painfully aware of. Oh man, okay, this seems kind of interesting. We just got like one place. Basically, this is going to be similar to what we did with the other one, which is like explore, open up things, explore, open up things. It's just unfortunate, of course, that we have an absolutely terrible roll. Risky. We can't even do the engage. Let's do it. Let's do it. So that's a positive outcome 2-2, which gives us a place to buy fuel. Great. The first place is a place to buy fuel, which absolutely makes sense because you need fuel to leave. For example, if we want to go here, that's 6 fuel. Okay. I don't know. Here we go. I don't even have this skill, so 20% chance. -6 crypto, but +1. So we actually didn't lose. That's interesting. Let's try this. -energy. Okay, so this one we lose energy, and this one we lose money. Like, engage is lose money. That's interesting. Because we get caught up in an impromptu option and end up losing money without really understanding why. I've done that. And then now we have a way to buy energy. All right, sell engine components for 35 is not the best use of these valuable items. It's a pittance. Wow. No. That scrapper told us to sell stuff here. This is terrible. We would never sell that for 35. Supplies are more expensive here. And meals are expensive. Okay. Yeah, if we can, like, honestly get out of here pretty quick, I wouldn't mind that. Like, we just really need to buy fuel here. All right. Here, this will cost... If we fail, this will cost us 6. So... And we still got a plus. All right. And this will cost us an energy. Come on. New location discovered. All right. Well, the good news is, like, it's pretty safe. Like, we're not getting really bad negative consequences. We're just losing food. Okay, now what's this do? Debug array systems, fix broken arrays, sell cargo. Okay, here we go. Input 1 scrap. Needs a constant supply of scrap for repairs. Okay, why doesn't it tell us how much? So we're gonna try this just because I'm curious. So 13 for raw scrap. That's okay. Oh, I know I said I was gonna like end it here, but honestly, we're 1 cycle away from doing everything that can be done here, I think. So let's just do that. Come on, 50-50 chance. We got it. We're low on energy, so we're gonna have to buy food. Okay, it's home rock. Impossible to get away from the feeling of living, working, and eating in a ruin. Most of the belt is built on top of the remains of the Solom's infrastructure, but there are plenty of places where the modifications are extensions of these structures eclipse the original foundation. In Holmes Rock, it's reverse. The station is a small warm patch at the center of the network of tunnels, blah blah blah. Every so often, gliding your way between the place or from the docks to the depot, you find yourself in one of these dark tunnels, and that's where you are now. You float, stop at a 4-way intersection, no visible light. Go straight, go left, or go right. Always go left. You kick off gently from the wall and head into a cylindrical passage clad with the panels. Hold back from the rock. It's wider than the others, and the drops of water float undisturbed. On the far end, you see a faint point of light, a warm glow of a lit passage. Suddenly, you hear a rustle. We don't have the skill, so we're going to turn back because we literally don't have that skill. This has gone far enough. You turn and glide out of the tunnel. It doesn't take you long to reach the well-lit passage again, as if you're waiting from behind you. As if they were waiting just behind you. That you can't shake the feeling of being followed as you ascend back up through the station. You go the long way around. We don't really know what's down there, but I didn't want to fail. Ooh. If I can input 3 Solum, I can unseal the bay. Wow. I have no idea how to get that. Okay. Well, shoot. Let's, we gotta buy our fuel. It just is what it is. But we did earn a fuel, which I thought we might. So let's get 8. Now we're getting low on money. We've done a lot of scrapping, but we don't have money. I just wonder if we can like sell these raw scrap. Like, do we not need these raw scrap? Like, I don't know. Let me sell a few, and just let me get back up to like a little money to where I feel comfortable. I don't know. And let's go ahead and do that. Sticks, cryo, and +1 energy. We needed that energy, so that actually works out. And then let's go back to our ship. Oops. Ship. And this doesn't give us energy, right? This will reduce stress. No, yeah, we need energy. Okay, let's go back to the food. We have to buy a meal for way too much money. Okay, that's it. So this is everything we do here. I'm guessing we'll get Solum data at some point in the future. Let's travel to Wellsprings, and then we're gonna be done. Okay. This was such a small place that I was like, let's just knock this out. I should not have turned left, I'll tell you that. Seraphim shouts the echo through the ship, reaching the cockpit. You see an angle of Seraphin's head change, but he does not respond. Did you hear that? Seraphim says, yes, I heard. He looks back at you. How about you go see what they want? All right. They go investigate. You unstrap from your seat and glide towards the cockpit. You run into Bliss in the corridor. Where's Seraphin? He's got to be the guilty one. They look impatiently over your shoulder. Bliss shakes his head. Come on. You need to see this. You follow the irritated Bliss through the ship, down the cramped storage units tucked between the main ship and the hull. As you enter, you are greeted by total chaos. Amber globs of liquid ration float in the air and cling to the wall while chunks of the dried food spin slowly. Oh no, I did use cargo and a lot of fuel, so... See? Someone opened up the supply crates and left it like this. I point to a crate, the storage lid pushed open. I don't think Seraphin did this. Positive outcome, -1 stress. Oh, we didn't have any stress. We have no stress. You take a moment to pick through the food and find a torn, open pouch of liquid rations. You turn the light to see evenly spaced gassage. Are those claw marks? Bliss puffs out their cheeks. I need a break from the ship. Help me tidy this up. You spend the rest of the journey packing the crate away and disposing the spoiled supplies, but as you do, you can't help but wonder what actually happened here. I mean, I rolled a 6, but yet I don't know. When you're finished, you take a last look around the storage bay. You gaze around the now cleared space. You have the same feeling you're being observed by unseen eyes as you felt in the tunnels of Holm Rock. Oh no, something followed me! Oh no! I should not have turned left. Something followed me. I kind of want to Google if it matters which way you turn. As he brings the ship to the Wellsprings docking, you notice a rare tension in Seraphin's piloting. He jerks the stick a little too hard while dock. Relax, it'll be okay. I've docked the ship 100 times, Sleeper. Keeps his eye on the monitors. I am relaxed. It's not what I meant. Seraphin doesn't respond, but you see him grip a little tighter. As the ship stops at the docking bridge connected, you lean forward and look out the cockpit window, trying to get a good view of the icy surface of Wellsprings below. The harsh, gleaming ice gives way to steep sides of the cut. The asteroid's one city. It glows and streams with warmth, and peering down, you cannot see the bottom. Beyond the long horizon, you see the terraces of the pithead, where the current extraction efforts must be taking place. Seraphin runs the shutdown sequence and unclips from his seat. He turns back to you, a flinty look in his eye. I'm going to head down the cut. I've got a few leads to follow up on. You get the sense that he isn't asking permission. Let me help. You can check out the city if you want, but I'm not following along. Sleeper, this is my trail to follow. Before you can respond, he pushes past you in the cockpit. Okay, we've just done everything together, but fine. You turn to watch as he pushes past the Bliss in the doorway. I missed something? Bliss shoots back. He's looking for his sister. Family trouble? Explains the irritation levels. I would recommend they zip up their jacket. We go after him before he pushes past someone that pushes back. Agree. See you down there. At least Lane's unlikely to come out here and pick a fight with Lorik Syndicate. Bliss shrugs. They turn their head towards the airlock, whistling softly as they do. Eugene comes out the side door as Bliss passes. He stretches and squints. Permission to find a bar down there? He asks. Just joking. I know I don't need to ask. He winks and follows Bliss. You sigh. Without a pilot, it doesn't look like you'll be moving soon. Time to go see Wellspring. Alright. Cool. Oh man, this game is so fun. Now I want to just start spending my dice. And it would be easy because I have 2 6s and 2 1s, so basically I can't do very much. But let's leave that for next time. Or otherwise we're gonna keep going forever. And it is a fun game. Last autosave 2 seconds ago. We like that. We like that it says that. We do appreciate that. Okay, so let's call it there. I don't really have a sense of like how we are in the game. We have some major... Oh. Update? Okay. we have some like major quest undone about ourselves, which is going to require us to ping pong all the way back through the galaxy. We have several missions to go on. I'm wondering if this game, the first game there was like a hard timer. You had to accomplish a goal by the timers, and you could like bend the timers a little bit, but not really. And we finally accomplished the goal, and we beat the first game, and there's looks like there's like 3 or 4 possible endings, but there was all kinds of stuff we never got to explore because just how the dice are. If I had gotten great dice every day, then we would have knocked out those things in 1 or 2 days instead of 5 days. But with this game, I feel like they, through the dialogue, have gone out of their way to say, hey, you're not on a timer. There are timers, but you're not on a timer. So if I want to fly back and do all the missions in an area, we absolutely can. I don't think that we can't. And we have no broken dice. We do have one permanent glitch. I think that's a story thing, but we also can repair our dice. So I guess what I'm saying in a very long way is I think we have quite a bit more time with this game. If we were just on the cleanest, fastest path, I actually don't know what that would be based on these quests. But then I think it'd be a different story. It seems like the one ending of this game might be we repair ourselves so much that we can fight back from Liam. That's an option. Another possible ending is we find that ship that our crewmate is looking for, and we just fly out of this part of the galaxy, I guess. I don't know. So both of those things seem like possible endings from what I'm seeing, but I don't know. I don't really care because I just want to play the game, and then we'll see how it ends. But we are enjoying it. We're actually enjoying it more than the first one, I think. The first one at this point felt a little bit more tedious. I like that we can travel to an area and there's just like 5 things to do and that's it. And now we can travel to another area and there's like 3 things to do and that's it. So that's kind of cool. Versus the old one, it felt like there was always more to do, and I didn't roll the dice. I can't do anything. Here, I can use whatever dice I have, and then I can leave. And I don't have to keep like cycling over and over and over trying to get good dice. I can just leave. So, all right, we'll call it there. Thank you everybody for joining me. I do appreciate you all being here, and I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day. We did have a new follower, Phineas800, between streams, so I didn't call that out. So thank you for the follow. I don't know, maybe potentially coming for YouTube. I hope everybody has a great night. Okay, great day, depending on when you're watching this. Bye, everybody.